talkSPORT Sports Update with Trusted Trader. Find top-notch tradespeople in your area, all who pass the Trusted Trader 15-point assessment.
talkSPORT.
I'm Ben Fletcher. Good afternoon. The Chelsea case is done and dusted and won't be revisited. That's according to football finance expert Stefan Borson, who's told talkSPORT any unhappy parties will just have to suck it up.
No, there's nothing they can do, right? So let's just be clear what a sanction agreement is. It is a settlement between the Premier League and Chelsea. It is not something that is appealable. Only in the most extreme manner could you think about judicially reviewing it in some way. So that's not going to happen.
talkSPORT Simon Jordan admits he'd be surprised if Chelsea are the only ones to have broken the rules.
My nose tells me that it's not necessarily an industry standard practice, but notwithstanding that, I still think there's lots of people that operate in certain ways within football that I've seen and been privy to, and my nose tells me that it wouldn't be just isolated to Chelsea.
There's more fallout at talksport.com. A rare bit of good news for Tottenham now. Lucas Bergvall's back in training ahead of their meeting with Atletico Madrid. He's been out for 2 months with an ankle injury. Skipper Christian Romero also returns, but Conor Gallagher was absent from the open session. You can hear the Spurs game tomorrow night over on talkSPORT 2. Ahead of the World Cup, 86 days out by the way, FIFA have denied Iran's request to move their games to Mexico. It follows Donald Trump's suggestion that he couldn't guarantee the squad's safety amid the ongoing conflict in the Middle East. And into League Two, where Fleetwood Town have named Matt Lawler as their new permanent head coach. Twice a caretaker, most recently the interim manager. He's joined in the dugout by assistants Nathan Pond and Mark Yates. There's plenty more at talksport.com.
talkSPORT News.
Pharmacies see a surge in bookings for the meningitis vaccine following the outbreak in Kent, and Donald Trump, senior counter-terrorism official, has resigned over the war in Iran. There's more from the news team at past.
talkSPORT weather with QuickFit. Come rain or shine, we've got your electric car covered with 400 EV ready centres, so you can drive away happy every time.
Seems to be raining bits of A4 paper in the studio. Warm sunshine on the way for most of us. Rain moving out to the northwest.
Hello, good afternoon. Welcome to Champions League Drive with me, Andy Goldstein, alongside one of the stars of the free-to-download podcast. 21 minutes to go, available wherever you get your podcast from. It's Jason Cundy.
Good afternoon,
Jason
gang.
_
Okay.
Cundy05.
You all right, son?
How you doing, matey?
Yeah, you blown your nose? You ready to go?
Yes, I have. Yeah, a little bit of a snivel.
And spluttered.
I know, mate. I thought I'd get it out now because you always worry me because you go, there you go.
We can do that for the next 3 hours, aren't you? What a jingle have we got a show for you today? We'll be asking whether Chelsea are building one of the best teams in the world right now. I don't know. I'm also building up to a huge, monumental night in the Champions League across the talkSPORT network. And off the back of that, we'll ask why English sides found it so hard in Europe last week and whether they can turn the tides around. You all right? Making enough noise. With just 3 Premier League goals in 2026, we'll also be asking whether Pep Guardiola needs to leave Haaland out against Real Madrid tonight. Surely not. On top of that, we'll speak to British heavyweight Fraser Clark, and the voice of boxing, Adam Smith, joins us in the studio.
Yeah, good.
It's a great show. All that and more coming up on today's Drive Time show with me, Andy Goldstein, the star of 21 Minutes to Go, Jason Cundy, available wherever you get your podcast from. And you, if you want to get involved, pick up the phone, 03 717 223344. Yes, it's me, Andy Goldstein. No Darren Bent. He'll be back tomorrow. He's gone trainer shopping. But I've got Jason Cundy.
Hello, mate.
Alongside T-shirts out. I was thinking of you this morning because it's such a beautiful morning.
Yes, it was.
Absolutely beautiful.
Yeah.
I even mowed the lawn yesterday.
Excellent.
Just to get ready for it.
Yeah.
I was told, as a kid growing up, I was told you can't mow the lawn in the winter because I was told that it's something to do with like the roots of the grass or something. It won't. They'll get frosted and they'll die. And for years I believed that. And then all of a sudden, not too long ago, maybe 2 years ago, I thought, well, golf courses, they mow it all the time.
Depends what month, though.
No, I don't think it does.
When's winter for you? When are you considering winter?
In this country, June. July.
But I'm saying, what month? What month wouldn't you mow your lawn?
I know. Now
What's
I
the
do it all the
latest?
time. No, I do it all the time.
You do it all the time, do you? But it doesn't grow, does it, in the winter?
Yeah. Of course it does.
I don't think it does.
Well, a lot of rain. It's going to grow.
There's no... I don't think it grows...
Well, it did. That's why I cut it.
Right, okay.
So, I mean, either you believe me or you accuse me of lying.
No, I've got grass as well.
All right. Okay.
But I don't...
showing off again?
I don't think you need to mow it in the winter. Let it do its thing.
I like it to look like Wimbledon.
Do you?
Yeah.
Does
With
it?
the stripes up and down. Now it does. Now it looks great. Little Scooter Frank going out there thinking he's won the lottery.
Yeah, pooing everywhere.
Yeah. Who, me or him? Yeah, no, I thought you this morning because the sun was shining. I thought, I wonder will his knees be out? Because you dress accordingly to the weather.
I'll tell you why. Because I'm getting a bike straight from here to go to Stamford Bridge.
Okay.
So you don't want to be on a bike with... Not that it's going to... If I fall off, it's just going to go through the trousers anyway. So it's not like it's a big...
The bike thing, right? I've sat on the back of those bikes. Yeah. They terrify me. I've done maybe 2. And I had to get from here, London Bridge, to Shaftesbury Avenue in like 35 minutes.
Yeah.
And he went on...
It's easy.
It took a long time. It took about 45 minutes.
What do you mean? What bike is it?
Sorry,
Not a line bike, is it?
No, sorry. I was at Wembley. It was Box Park.
Yes.
And I had to get to Shaftesbury Avenue.
Right, okay, that's fair enough.
I had to go on the North Circular.
Yeah, that's fair enough.
And it was just frightening.
Well, these guys are pros. I've always gone to the back of the bike thinking they don't want to die either.
No, that's good. That's good advice. But it's not necessarily, sadly,
Yes.
accidents aren't always down to the driver. They're down to someone else.
But they're so good because they preempt like cars coming out. They're scanning completely. They see cars and they... Anyway, your life's in their hand, mate. Things.
No, I don't like
Why
that.
are you worrying me now?
I don't like that. It's just too scary because you can't see anything. All you can see is the back of their neck.
Yeah, you can. It's true.
No
but
good.
The lucky Mrs. C always, whenever I get a bike, she always tunes in, just say, "Has he made it?"
Okay. Can I ask you, call her that a lot? Have you asked her if she feels lucky married to you?
Oh, mate, it's like winning the lottery every morning. Imagine waking up to me every morning.
A tenner, though. I don't know if it would be.
Oh, come on, mate. You know I'm fun.
I know you're fine, of
There's
course.
lots of
But have you
fun
actually asked her if she feels lucky?
I see it in her face every day. I see it in her demeanour. I see it in her body language. I see it in her face. Yeah.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, I think so, mate. Yeah,
Okay.
I think she enjoys being the lucky Mrs. C.
Do you?
I've never asked her.
No, you should maybe
you
steer
should
clear of that one.
Spin her a message during the break. See
Okay,
what she says.
I will send her one. All right. Do you feel lucky being married to?
Do you, punk?
I won't necessarily call her a punk.
No,
I think
don't
that'd
do
be
that.
slightly
Don't do
rude.
that. Don't do
We've got a busy show, as we always do, but Adam Smith will be joining us in the studio from 4:30. We love our boxing, so Smudger will be in. Have you done a show with Smudger before?
I think I did downstairs when this studio was being redecorated.
Oh, right, okay.
I think
he's brilliant.
Yes, he is.
I know you love your boxing as much as I do. And of course, throughout the next 3 hours, we'll be gearing up to a huge night. Not 1, not 2, but 3 English sides in action tonight.
Yes.
In the Champions League. We're going to start with your side, Chelsea, because they go into tonight's game against PSG. It's live on talkSPORT, by the way. talkSPORT 2, 5-2 down on aggregate.
Yeah.
But here's a question. Are they building one of the best teams in the world?
Hakimi is searching down the right and into the area. Mayulu at the back post. Kvaratskhelia! It's 5! Through the goalkeeper! Chelsea have capitulated right at the end. They fall apart in Paris.
4-2. I said, I'll take 4-2 now. 3 goals. Well,
is it over?
Well, it is for me.
Finished here. Chelsea 0. Newcastle 1.
The reason why Chelsea will not go through is because of their defence and goalkeeper.
It is a circus, and it continues to be a circus with Clear Lake in charge. It's just driving Chelsea fans up the wall.
I heard that call. That was on the breakfast show this morning, that last one. Chelsea have a mountain to climb against PSG in the Champions League. A game, as I said, you can hear live on talkSPORT 2 tonight. They've also slipped to 6 in the Premier League, but their gaffer, Liam Rosenior, he's been speaking to the media ahead of tonight's game. He said it's just individual errors letting his side down.
If you look at the game in isolation, you look at the scoreline, we were punished by some very good players by our mistakes. And for us, I think it's been a theme. I think we performed consistently very well, but we've been undone in games by moments of focus or concentration. For us to go through the tie tomorrow, we need to be perfect in terms of not making mistakes, in terms of our performance in possession, our possession. We have to remember that PSG are the European champions for a reason, but we've also shown in times that we can definitely compete and beat them in games, in isolated games.
Yeah, just got to respect the ball tonight. Chelsea director Danny Finkelstein, or Stein, no one really knows, held a secret meeting with Chelsea fans, for Chelsea fan group back in February. In that meeting, the fan groups report that he claimed there is no statistical link, I don't get this, between managers and results. Let me just say that again. He claimed there's no statistical link between managers and results. That's nuts. Said that PSG boss Luis Enrique wouldn't be a good fit for the club. And even told them that it's effing obvious we are building one of the best teams in the world. I mean, the huge statements there from Finkelstein. No one really knows. Do you know, by the way? Is it Stein? I'm a Stein, but it might be a Stein.
Danny Finkelstein? I tend to say Steen.
Okay, well,
I think just because I say Steen with your name, so I just say Steen.
Well, Steensy. That's probably easy.
No, I'm not going to call him Steen.
Let's go through those one at a time. Yep. No statistical link between managers and results.
Well, I mean, I was listening to White and Jordan this morning, and I, like Simon, I know Daniel pretty well. I see him around here. He works in the Times. I see him at Stamford Bridge. And he is a very quiet man, actually. He's not someone that shouts and hollers. He's quite measured in what he says. Going back to that point if you mentioned there is a reason why the best managers in the play are paid at the biggest wages. There's a reason that Pep Guardiola is getting that. So I don't quite understand that. But as he said this morning, Simon, you don't know the context of what that question was asked. In isolation, whenever you pick out a phrase or a word,
that's fair.
It does kind of stand alone like a bit of a sore thumb. Statistically, there is a reason why the best managers are paid. That's why Jose Mourinho was so successful, because at that time when he left Porto, he was the most sought-after manager in Europe. He made Porto the European champions, turned up at Stamford Bridge, won back-to-back Premier League titles, first time in 50 years. There's a reason why he done so well at Chelsea, a reason why he did so well everyone else except for Spurs. But he goes and wins trophies ever. Went to your place. All right, might have left a cloud, but the reason he won 2 trophies is because it shows him.
Yeah.
So the best managers do get the best results.
I also said PSG gaffer Luis Enrique wouldn't be a good fit for Chelsea.
Well, that I kind of agree, even though I would love to see Luis Enrique at Chelsea. We are a club that needs a certain type of manager that's going to agree with what the ownership model is. That ownership model is building for the future, buying potential, and that potential being realised. That's why Thomas Tuchel, from my understanding of the situation, didn't get on with the owner. Their vision was very different to what his vision was. He turned up at Stamford Bridge under Roman Abramovich, and Roman was prepared to say to him, we had a brilliant squad, and Roman would have been prepared to dip his hand in his pocket and buy the players that he felt was necessary. Very, very different now. The model is totally different. They have sporting directors that are buying the players for potential and buying young players and hoping that potential eventually realises itself. But the catch with that is, of course, potential sometimes takes time to deliver, and also delivers at different rates at different times.
And also doesn't deliver.
And sometimes it doesn't deliver. Yeah, that's the problem with young kids sometimes. Or you're buying potential at a certain price, hoping they will realise the valuation, if they reach a potential, will have a certain price.
But when you say buying at a certain price, so Caicedo, right?
Yeah.
I mean, if you got him cheap, then I would understand how that model's going to work. But you paid over £100 million for it.
Yeah. That's a lot of money.
So I don't really understand what that.
Well, Liverpool were prepared to pay that as well. So clearly
Liverpool's model will be different to yours.
Yeah, but I think there's going to be a model where you're buying.
You're not buying potential. Buying Caicedo for 30 million might be.
Well, that's a price tag thing, because Moises Caicedo's age will suggest that the best for him is still yet to come.
I know, but that's a hell of a gamble. 105
every £100 million. Every sign is a gamble. Yeah. But when you're spending that huge amount of money, you want to be buying the best of the best. Moises Caicedo is a wonderful footballer. He's had a tough.
Hold on. So just go back to what you said. When you say you want to be buying the best of the best, that's not the Chelsea model. They want to be buying potential, which turns into the best.
Yeah, I think when you're spending 100 million, I think you're not looking to sell him on for 100 or 200. I think that appears to be a different type of signing. You spend £100 million. How much more money can you make on that?
Exactly.
So like Declan Rice goes to
Enzo, another one, right?
Right. Okay. He's still young enough. I don't see how they're going to get the money back. And Enzo hasn't quite reached those levels. But Declan Rice, when Arsenal went out and spent that money on Declan Rice, Arsenal weren't interested in having a sell-on valuation.
No.
They went in and said, right, we have this squad built. He is going to be a piece in this jigsaw that fits in, and it's going to make us a better, stronger team. And it's taken a couple of seasons, but look where they are now. And he was a huge signing for Arsenal. Absolutely enormous.
Yeah, but he wasn't potential.
No, he
was already great.
Yes, he was, but he's better now than he was at West Ham.
Yes, of course. But
so he's improved as a player.
You know what you're buying.
Yeah, but he's improved as a player.
Your model, your club model, is to buy players cheap.
Yeah, not all though. So not all players are cheap.
No, but I'm saying buy them. I mean, if that's what you're doing, if you're building the squad,
I don't think there's a one size fits all. I think that there will be valuations on some players, and valuations on other. When you're spending £100 million, I don't think there is a vision in the future to move them on at a profit.
So,
it feels hard to even say that.
So how long has Bowley and Co been in?
Since 22.
Okay, so 4 years.
22.
Years. So just to quote the last thing he said, it's effing obvious we are building one of the best teams in the world, right?
Yeah.
Hold on.
Yeah.
So in the 4 years, have you seen anything suggest that currently you are building one of the best teams in the world?
No, but what we are seeing an ownership model that is prepared to spend huge sums of money to try and get there. Now, not every signing's going to work. The problem that we have is this squad has been completely overhauled to what it was when they took over. That was full of Champions League winners. We had Azpilicueta in there, Thiago Silva, Kovacic. Those players of that quality and that leadership that they've stripped, they've gone away, they've left. Mendy's another one. And we are now buying, and it's the problem you've got with this model is that you're not going to see any real results immediately. But football, as it is for me, a fan, and you a fan, it's about the here and now. It's about the result tomorrow, yesterday, not for 3 years' time. Some fans can see the vision, but they can't immediately see it because what we're going to do against Everton away on Saturday.
Yeah, and also you look at like Man City buying Semenyo for like just over 40 million, Guehi for 30. Yeah. They're ready-made players now.
Yeah, but there's also they're going to get better. You would have thought under Pep.
Okay. Listen, you've heard from Jay, you've heard from me, but we want to hear from you, Chelsea fans. Obviously, are you building one of the best teams in the world? It's that simple. Is that what you're seeing? Is their vision the vision you're seeing? 03717 223344. Chelsea fans, you'll be first on today's show. Chelsea building one of the best teams in the world. 03717 223344. Dial that number. You can have your say live on Drive on talkSPORT with me, Andy Goldstein, and the fun boy of London Town is here, Jason Cundy.
Obviously, in the week, the Atletico Madrid disaster with Kinski. We have such a goalkeeping problem at our club, Natalie. You know, if you look at the free kick today, which is savable for me, and apparently the stat is, and I don't know how correct it is, but 68% of our goals have come from a Vicario mistake. Now, that alone is why we're in a relegation battle. Forget everything else. And I can't imagine how difficult it is, Pards, to have a number one that your team don't trust in. You know, how difficult is that for a team? And does that sap you full of confidence? You know, when you're looking at those boys and they're void of confidence, when they're seeing the mistake after mistake from, you know, their number one, even the guy that comes in, it can't help, can it?
No, it doesn't help. And, you know, after that awful game in Madrid, when obviously Kinski made the errors and then gets substituted, and obviously the media made a big thing about Tudor not acknowledging him as he walked off, and then the goalie, the first team goalie, comes back in today. Again, you got to say that he's at fault for the goal. It's not a great situation, particularly for the defence, to have a goalie that's, you know, on edge. So I should think the result will have boosted him because obviously he hasn't contributed to a defeat. So I think what you'd find is hopefully that the team will rally round that goalie tonight, Vicario. And make him feel a lot better. And I think that's really what players do normally. You know, they like to protect each other with humour or a bit of sarcasm or whatever.
and welcome to talkSPORT Goals. We're taking you through what should be another busy day of football. Chance to win it!
We don't need to do that, guys.
I'm going to owe you an apology.
How would you get to that conclusion?
That's a weak mentality.
Oh, get out of it.
Listen to Champions League Drive on talkSPORT. Me, Andy Goldstein Jason Cundy, or Blondie, as he was known when he was playing. When you, that's why I'm playing. Your nickname when you
Blondie.
When you're playing, that's why I'm playing it. Still to come, we'll be joined in the studio by the voice of boxing, Adam Smith. Just quickly, captain Aaron Ramsey has been left out of the Wales squad for this month's World Cup playoffs. The Premier League's key match incidents panel has ruled that Brighton should have had a penalty in their 1-0 defeat to Arsenal at the start of the month. How's that help anyone?
It doesn't, mate. It's just, hold your hands up, got it wrong.
How about this for a fact? Just quickly, sorry, turn down a bit, Jack. I heard this for a fact. This is mind blowing. Do you know how many full 90-minute games Mason Mount has had since he's been at Man United? What's your guess?
None.
One. In his entire time at Man United, he's had one full 90-minute game.
It's crazy, isn't it?
Isn't it?
Yeah, he wasn't injured when he was at Chelsea.
No.
Just...
Right, time now for this.
Paddy Power on talkSPORT. With Paddy's Super Sub, your new bet rolls over to the new player coming on. T's and C's and exclusions apply. 18 plus, begambleaware.org.
Yeah, we'll go to the phone lines in a moment, but now it's today's Bet Builder with the friends of Paddy Power. Let's welcome the wonderful Fern Buckley, or Buckers, to the show. Buckers?
All right, how you doing?
We are good. How are you?
Yeah, good, thanks. How was Friday at Cheltenham?
I can't remember too much about it, but from what I do remember, seeing pictures, it was good.
Good, that's all right then. Sounds like a good day.
Can I ask you, you're obviously not scared of spiders. The one on the wall behind you is huge.
Oh, I'm not going to look. I'm not going to look.
I wouldn't if I were you. It's got a coat on and a top hat. Right, listen, we've got you on because we're looking ahead to tonight in the Champions League as Arsenal take on Leverkusen at the Emirates. The second leg, of course, the round of 16. Can you remind everyone how the Bet Builder works and the charity that, fingers crossed, because we've not had a winner for ages, the charity that will benefit if we get this one right?
Yeah, we've all made some picks, questionable at times, added them together to get some overall value. And Paddy Power have chucked a tenner on it, hoping we get it right. Because if we do, it all goes to the Attitude Foundation.
Right, it's a 5-leg Bet Builder. These are our picks. I've gone for both teams to score, or BWTS.
Yeah, and it's the most popular bet as well on Paddy Power this afternoon, and not surprising after last week's drama with that draw. But also, every competitive meeting between these sides have ended with both teams scoring. So both teams have scored. That's in at 11-10.
Jay, what are you going for?
Right, I have gone for Leverkusen to qualify.
Oh my goodness!
I know.
Interesting. I wonder why you might have said
well,
this.
maybe there's a little bit of me hoping that would happen. But I did watch the first leg, and they were much better than I thought they were. But look, I expect Arsenal are favourites for a reason. They're obviously the favourites at home, and they're probably.
Sorry, who do you think was going to go through?
I've got to qualify Leverkusen, but they're going to be favourites. So this is going to be the odds are going to go through the roof.
Do you think Arsenal will go through?
They might do, yeah.
You're happy to rinse our bet builder for that.
But here's what I'm doing. I'm pumping up the odds. They could do it. Like I said, I saw Leverkusen.
I mean, you could pump it like 1,000 wide if you want. It doesn't mean we're going to win.
No, I know, but there is a chance they could qualify. So I haven't done it in 90 minutes. I've gone to qualify. So it could go to pens. That's what I'm getting at here.
But how much of a chance have we got?
I mean, it's in at 11-2. They're on a 6-game unbeaten streak, though, across all competitions. So it might happen. You never know.
Okay. And next up is producer Joe, who's gone incredibly short. It's like a number 1 all over today for some reason. Maybe the summer's coming. He's gone for Gyökeres to have 1 or more shots on target.
Yeah, I had a blonde moment on Friday trying to say this name. Cundy had to bail me out of that one, but thank you for doing that.
What were you saying?
I don't even want to say it now, but
Okay.
it's Gyökeres, so I know what it is now.
Okay.
He's maintaining a 40% on target rate, a prolific shooter as well. Actually, this season not too bad, averaging nearly 1.5 shots on target per match in the Champions League. So for him to get 1 or more in this game is in at 4-9. He's a super sub as well.
Okay, 3 down, 2 to go. Saka to be fouled 2 or more times is the pick of our people.
Yeah, 500 people have this in their bet builder. I mean, he's been fouled so many times in the Champions League, twice against Inter, twice against Bayern Munich. And in the first leg with Leverkusen, he was fouled twice in the first half alone. So, yeah, for this to come in, that is not 1-9.
And the last one is yours. What are you going for?
Do you know what? I know people are going to be annoyed at me. I always stick with them, but I've gone for the card market, over 3.5 cards. There were 7 yellows in last week's 1-1 draw, so I'm thinking it's going to be high again, and that isn't at 6-10.
Right, what does all that mean?
Really good, actually. It all comes in at just over 30-1. So from a £10 bet, you can get a return of nearly 320 quid. And if we get it right, we need to do that. It does go to charity. It helps out the Attitude Foundation.
Always a pleasure. Get rid of that spider. Take it outside for a walk.
Need to get some dusting going, don't I?
Well, I can't. I mean, our picture's not that good. We're not HD to see the dust on your piano. But it looks clean from where we are. Have a lovely afternoon. We'll speak to you in a bit.
You too. See you later, guys.
Bye. There you go. That's Paddy Power's bet builder for today. Minimum on 25 below 18 plus. BeGamblerWare.org.
Paddy Power on talkSPORT. With Paddy's Super Sub, your new bet rolls over to the new player coming on. T's and C's and exclusions apply. 18 plus. BeGamblerWare.org.
So I still don't know. Do you think Arsenal are going to win or lose?
No, they're going to lose. They're going to go out.
Okay.
I mean, look, they're favourites.
Yes.
Okay.
For a reason.
But the favourites don't always win.
No,
As
of
you
course.
found out at Cheltenham on Friday, probably.
I did, yeah, sadly. I tell you who's looking good in this competition. Bodo Glimt.
Yeah. Bit of Bodo.
You don't want to meet Bodo, do you?
No. Do you remember Bod? Do you remember?
Yeah. Yeah. What's that got to do with Bodo Glimt?
I don't know. I just said, do you remember Bod?
Well, why? What's the connection between Bod and Bodo Glimt?
They sound similar.
What? Bodo Glimt, Bod.
Bod. Yeah.
They both begin with a B. That's it.
And it's got Od in it. Bod.
And Bodo.
How do you spell in Bodo?
B-O-D-O.
Yeah, there you go. So it's got Bodo. I used to watch Bod as a kid.
You're a Bodo. Still to come, we'll be joined in the studio by the voice of boxing, Adam Smith. First, it's time for no Googling. People of a certain age will have no idea what you're talking about.
True, yeah. At our age, they will.
Yeah, great programme. There's only 3 episodes ever made of Bod. Do you know that? That's made up. And we want to know who's the first signing the new Chelsea owners made after buying the club. I actually knew that.
Yeah, I think I know.
Okay,
It's one of 3.
Well, no, I've only got 1 of 1. The answer to that, and boxing chat and football chat and building up to a huge night of Champions League football on the talkSPORT network, all coming your way between now and 7. A great afternoon of sport chat. Stay where you are.
Ruben Amorim was a winning manager, but clearly not the right fit for Man United, irrespective of the fact he was a European winning manager because he won the Portuguese league.
Right.
So I'm kind of with Roy, but in the...
You're with Roy in a certain way. I mean, he's not doing anything to rule himself out of contention.
No, I know, but also what Roy's picture is trying to extrapolate it. And I know there's a lot of cachet around Steve Holland and so on and so forth, but he was part of the England setup that flattered to deceive, that didn't win anything when they could have done. So whilst he might be an excellent coach, we're still looking at a bunch of people, with respect of being Michael Carrick being an elite footballer, that, as from a management point of view, have got what on their resume? So it's part of the conversation, not the only part of it. But if Carrick goes to the end of the season and United finish third, or even, dare I say it, catch City and finish second, then there's going to be a clamour of people suggesting that he's proven himself, that he's had 18, 19 games, and out of that 18, 19 games, or whatever many he's had, he's done X, Y, Z. I mean, they are far better for him being there, but that's because common sense has prevailed. You haven't got a manager that seems to want to riddle himself into cul-de-sacs and play a group of players that can't play the way he wants them to play. You've got a manager that's ultimately under no real pressure, because everyone thinks that United were... The pressure will come now. Now United are third. Now the pressure's now, because everyone's going to expect... United fans are going to go, you better finish inside the top four now, because you're there now.
But yeah, I take on board what Simon's saying, Martin, but if he secures Champions League football for United, what exactly is going to rule him out?
Yeah,
What's going to rule him
I get it. I do. Roy's a respected voice, and I do take the point that this group are pretty well the same group of players, finished quite low down the table.
Time for another one of those what-if sliding doors moments from the world of football. In 2010, Sam Allardyce's Blackburn Rovers were plodding along in the Premier League, never really in danger of relegation, but not sharp enough in front of goal to challenge for a European place. The club's then head of recruitment, Martin Glover, was alerted to a Polish striker at Lech Poznan, who'd scored 21 goals in 34 games. His name, Robert Lewandowski. Glover and Allardyce flew to Poland to watch the 21-year-old, and they liked what they saw. Conversations were had, and all that remained was for Lewandowski to fly to England to have a look around and talk Turkey. However, a once-in-a-blue-moon geological incident had other ideas. After 187 years of dormancy, the Eyjafjallajökull volcano in Iceland erupted, causing flights across Europe to be grounded for nigh on a month. That meant that Lewandowski never made it to Ewood Park, and Borussia Dortmund beat Blackburn to his signature. He'd go on to win 10 Bundesligas and 1 La Liga at various clubs. Just imagine that sort of impact on Blackburn's history, Sam Allardyce's CV, and the shape of English football itself.
Don't talk over this bit, because as a broadcaster you should always know where the gaps are, and if you talk it just sounds quite embarrassing. So. Years of experience. Before the break, asked the question, who was the first sign that Chelsea's owners made after buying the club?
It was either one of Koulibaly, Sterling or Aubameyang.
Which one you put in your... Which one you
I said
nailing your colours to the mast on?
I said Aubameyang in the break and you said no, so I'm going to go Sterling.
No. Yeah, it's Raheem Sterling, yeah. 47 million. I'm sitting. You are listening to Champions League Drama on talkSPORT. Me, Andy Goldstein Jason Cundy. Still to come, we'll discuss if the English sides can make up for such a poor week in Europe last time out. But now, it's time for this.
There's a real feeling that this is the best versus the best.
White's lost control. White has lost control completely.
How many more do you want?
This is The Voice.
Yes, time for The Voice, our weekly feature where we're joined in the studio by the well-manicured voice of boxing, Alan Smith. Take it to the week's biggest story. You had a haircut.
I have had a haircut.
Very nice.
Thank you.
How long did that take? 2 minutes?
Yeah, not long. Very enough. Thanks, Andy.
I'm only playing. You look lovely.
You got a great hair.
I know.
Let's be honest. Let's be honest.
There are people actually coming up to me at Cheltenham looking at my hair going,
do they?
I heard it was good, but I didn't think it was that good.
Is it better? Is it better than your face? Yeah.
I think so. My face is a
No
good...
one said anything to me.
I swear to you, that's true.
No one ever says about it. The only person who talks about
No, I
Andy's
swear
hair
that's true.
is Andy.
No, he just mentioned it.
Because he feels like he has to.
No,
because you set me up by saying, "Oh, you've had a nice haircut. It didn't take long. Oh, what about yours? Thicker and better, yeah."
Not the first man to say that to me.
There you go.
Have you got any of Goldstein's golden paste?
I haven't. You have never given me any.
I'll get you some.
You promise?
Yeah, of course I will, yeah.
I bring you in treats, but you don't.
I promise you have my word. All you have to do is give me £50 and it's yours.
Is that all?
I will send you a pot. They're not £50, but I'll send you a pot. Right, we got lots to talk to you about. Are you all right, by the way? Before we talk boxing, are you all right?
Absolutely, yeah. I've been all over the place. At a university night in Bristol, a fight night. Then Saturday Dublin, which we'll talk about. Belfast tomorrow for Michael Condon's press conference. His return to the Odyssey on Friday night, and then George Liddard Saturday. So it's a lot happening in the pugilistic world.
Are you all right away from boxing?
All good.
Okay, good. We'll look back at one of the fights you mentioned, the one from over the weekend. Anthony Cacace is the new WBA super featherweight champion, thanks to a unanimous decision over Jazza Dickens. What did you make of the actual fight?
The fight was not a classic. It was a chess match. It was a sort of high-octane tactical battle between the southpaw of Jazza Dickens and the switch hitter of Anthony Cacace. Jazza didn't quite, for me, commit enough at times. I think Cacace, with his reach, he lost a few of the early rounds, but I think he sort of got some steam in the mid-rounds and deserved it. Two-time champion of the world. It's a fantastic story. He's 37. He was delivering pizzas not so long ago. He's a hard, honest, solid professional. Just like Jazza, actually. Both of them really good. Lots of respect for beforehand and afterwards, which was great to see. It was an unbelievable atmosphere in Dublin, one of the best we've had in a long time, thanks to Pierce O'Leary, who was the chief support. Pierce O'Leary remained undefeated, and he lives 400 metres or so from the Three Arena, and he sold, I think, about 5,000 tickets personally. Wow. So Casey Taylor was there, obviously hoping for her big last fight at Croke Park in the summer. But Pierce O'Leary and now Anthony Cacace, is so much happening in Ireland.
So how much better was Cacace than Dickens? I mean, you said that he deserved to win it.
There wasn't a lot in the rounds. They were close rounds. There was a fight earlier in the night as well with Cole Murphy and John O'Carroll. Similar, very tactical. Good watch, but nothing dramatic happened really in either fight. And I think with Cacace and Dickens, they're both elite fighters. They're top world-class fighters, and they just cancel each other out slightly. So I just preferred Cacace's long-distance work, and I just don't think Jazza did quite enough on the inside. A few people at ringside had it very close. Judges had it all to Cacace. I think, the majority, certainly the DAZN, my colleagues Darren and Carl and Barry all had, and I think talkSPORT behind us all had Cacace winning. He deserved it. It's fantastic. He's now the world super featherweight champion all over again.
Where's he go next?
Well, I mean, unifications is what he wants. However, there was a young fella from Southampton on the undercard, a certain Ryan Piranha Garner. What a nickname.
Yeah.
Ryan Garner, who's been lighting up the South Coast recently. He's undefeated, British, Commonwealth and European champion. He's a pocket rocket, aggressive type. I think him and Cacace is a fantastic fight. And he won on the card, as he was supposed to win. But he was also afterwards seen talking to Frank Warren and saying, please come to St Mary's.
Frank Warren looks after him. He's talked him up. You obviously rate him incredibly highly. Do you rate him as much as Frank Warren does?
I really like Ryan. I think he's another great story. He had his tough times outside the ring, and he got back on into the gym, back dedicated, back with the sort of the talent he's always had. But I think he needed to put a little extra in to actually camps, and he's just got real momentum. He's got a huge fan base down in Southampton, Bournemouth, Poole, all around there. Massive Southampton fan. St Mary's is awaiting him, just needs a big fight. Royston Barney-Smith as well is down there. He's a young prospect who's coming through, and he's actually back in Glasgow in a few weeks in a big fight. But if he supports him on the card as well, Garner I think he could sell 15,000, 20,000 at St Mary's in the summer, and I think Frank would love to do it there.
Yeah.
Just going back to the Kakache Dickens fight, what next for Dickens? He's 34 years of age. There's still plenty of miles in to come, I'm guessing. What next for him?
He's had many professional fights, but I think like Kakache, Dickens is having an Indian summer. He's just won the world title. Okay, Kakache got the nod on Saturday night, but there wasn't that much in it. And of course, Jazza can come again. He's only 34, a fantastic fighter, and he will be back. He's always quality, Jazza Dickens. He's been the sort of nearly man for a long time at the lower weights, but I think now at super featherweight, he can come again. There's some big fights. It's a packed division at 9 stone 4. It's a great division, and we'll see Jazza again. A lot of respect for him.
Let's move on to talk about a big old fight taking place this weekend. George Liddard takes on Tyler Denny in defence of his British and Commonwealth middleweight titles at the Copper Box Arena on Saturday. What sort of fight can we expect here?
I think it's a really good fight. George Liddard has done ever so well. He had a wonderful win over Kieran Conway to get the British and Commonwealth titles at York Hall. He headlined. It was a Friday night show a few months ago. Now he headlines at the Copper Box. It's a move up for him against Tyler Denny, former European champion, good southpaw, good honest Midlands fighter like Tyler. But George has really got the bit between his teeth. He looks good. He speaks well. He's very, very dedicated. Trains incredibly hard in that Tony Sims gym, and he's a massive West Ham fan. So the idea is that he one day will headline at London Stadium. He's going the right way, one step at a time. British and Commonwealth middleweight titles on the line.
What will that atmosphere be like at the Copper Box, and bearing in mind he's West Ham fan?
Have you been there, Jay, the Copper Box?
No.
I've been for a fight there. I mean,
Johnny Fisher fight?
No, it was Zhilei Zhang against who would that have been? The first time he fought Joe Joyce. I went to that fight.
Yeah, Copper Box is a great little venue, and also George Liddard has got real support. They absolutely love him in Essex, and he's gathering steam. So every good performance he puts in, just a few more fans join the ride, and he's great. He's great value. You should have him in here. He's a really lovely guy, George.
Can I ask, you mentioned York Hall, right? Is that, I mean, in this country, I feel York Hall is renowned for boxing. It goes back years and years. In my mind, 60s, but I'm guessing you're going to tell me it's way before the 60s.
Way before, right back in.
Does it have that reputation around the world? The Americans wear York Hall, etc.
I think it's my favourite venue in the world. York Hall is
that's a statement.
And sawdust. Yeah, I love Madison Square Garden, maybe historically.
Yeah.
Manchester Arena, the O2, obviously the Vegas venues. But there is something special every time about going to Old Ford Road in Bethnal Green. The amount of champions who've come through the ring there, the halls, everywhere in that venue. It's an old venue, but everywhere just sort of, it almost smells, it talks of boxing.
Yeah, I agree.
And people go there and they have their special place they like to be, either on the balcony or ringside. Everyone gets a good spot. Real fight fans. You've got the bagels in Brick Lane round the corner afterwards. It's just a wonderful night out, and I think British boxing is the York Hall Bethnal Green. So I love going there. And long may it continue.
What do you prefer? Do you prefer like a slightly smaller venue like York Hall, or do you prefer the big arenas, O2? You know, we've seen Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. You mentioned the Olympic Stadium at West Ham. What is your preference? Or is it difficult to say depending on the fight?
I love boxing, and I'm passionate about any fighters that get in the ring in any venue. We had 2,000 university students at Bristol the other night, or whether it's 9,000 in Dublin, a fantastic venue. Katie Taylor obviously has fought there many times. Tottenham Hotspur, I think, is one of the great stadiums in the world. It's wonderful for boxing. We've had AJ Usyk, the Eubank Benz. Wembley, of course. We had Usyk Dubois last summer, AJ Klitschko, Froch Groves, the first one at Wembley. All unbelievable nights. So I think it doesn't really matter to me, but I think history is really important. And there is just so much in places like the York Hall Bethnal Green. Just the Blue Horizon in Philly, or Madison Square Garden, the theatre, or the main venue. There's legacy history. It's a sport like that. It's a sport that's soaked.
Well, when you get one that's going to be so big, you need the bigger venue, because then, you know, obviously you want to sell out Wembley, you want to sell out the O2. You want to sell
Okay, let me ask this on the back of that.
And the casual fans come in.
When we come back, right? Yeah. And when we come back after this break, we're going to talk about the news, the rumblings surrounding Joshua Fury.
Yeah.
Right? Not for other people, but you personally. If you could sit ringside for that fight, would you rather sit in York Hall or Wembley Stadium?
Wembley Stadium.
You would for that fight, just you.
It's a casual, huge casual sports fan fight. It needs to be somewhere like Wembley Stadium.
I know.
For me to actually watch it,
where do you think you would enjoy it more?
I think
if you're cool,
if you're cool,
70,000 seats.
No. I don't mean 70,000. I'm just saying, where do you forget everyone else? Of course, it needs to be in the stadium. That goes without saying. But where do you think the fight you would enjoy? Those two fighters face to face, toe to toe, going hell for leather. Would you rather be ringside at York Hall or Wembley Stadium for that fight?
It's a really good question. Why don't we get them in here and see what happens in this studio?
We could do that. And make a few calls. Just quickly, have you ever laced up the gloves? Have you ever got in the ring and thrown a punch?
I laced up the gloves yesterday on the pads.
Okay, so you've done that. You've thrown it. Okay.
I have been in the ring with Adrian Dodson, former two-time Olympian, just to have a little bit of a sort of 3-round.
You've never had
exhausted me within 1 minute or something. So
you and I should have a little fight for charity.
You and me.
Yeah.
You and me.
Where do you want to fight? You're cool.
Just you keep your hair, yeah? Your nice hair.
Imagine how bad that fight would be. Go on, you throw it. No, I'm not throwing it. You throw the first one. I'm throwing it.
I wouldn't want to hurt you, Andy.
No, I wouldn't want you to either. Saturday, exactly. Saturday is Fight Night on DAZN. There really are some huge fights coming up over the next few weeks. This weekend, live from London, George Leonard, the Billericay Bomber, takes on Tyler Denny for the British and Commonwealth titles. Then, March the 28th, put that in your diary, the spotlight shifts to the future heavyweight champion of the world, Moses Atoma, taking on Jermaine Franklin. Franklin previously went 12 rounds with AJ, has never been knocked out. And then, we can't wait for this one, April the 4th, an icon will fall as Derek Chisora collides with a bronze bomber, Deontay Wilder, in both fighters' 50th fight. That is incredible. Sign up now to DAZN Ultimate and get access to every punch, every knockout, every moment.
Boxing updates on talkSPORT with DAZN, the global home of boxing. Sign up now at dazn.com/boxing.
Right, as promised, when we come back, we will be getting the views of Adam Smith on a fight that Gareth A. Davis might have let the cat out the bag. Might have done. Although, judging by Adam's face, he definitely did. We'll have a chat about that right after this.
Cundy is getting it tonight. A shocking week for the Chelsea.
What do you mean?
Pumped. They got slapped by PSG. What do you mean? Got slapped by Newcastle. And then got slapped with a transfer ban.
What do you mean?
It's been a slapping week. Slap, 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 slap. Chelsea, slap. Get your calls in, you want to have your say. 03 717 22 33 44.
Do you know what's amazing? Before the game, it wasn't me. We had a meeting with the referee. My assistant goes in. The first thing he talks about is our huddle.
Chelsea 0, Newcastle 1. It's just one straight long pass through the middle. It really is awful defending from Chelsea. And when Murphy lays the ball off, there is Anthony Gordon literally to walk the ball home.
My players made a decision that they wanted to be around the ball, to respect the ball.
What signs have you seen?
I've seen signs.
What signs?
Encouraging signs.
What's happening?
Hello, mate.
How are you?
I'm all right. I've had better weeks.
Yeah? What happened?
Not gonna lie.
What happened?
Do you know when you know things are bad? Is where Spurs pick up a point and got beat by 5-2 in the middle.
Don't worry about me, mate.
And you lot have had a better week than Chelsea.
Don't worry about us. What happened at Chelsea,
That's
mate?
when you know things are bad.
What's happened?
Well, you know, it happens, mate. Bad weeks happen.
No.
That's a bad week.
Hello and welcome to talkSPORT Goals. We're taking you through what should be another busy day of football.
Chance to win it!
We don't need to do that, guys.
I'm going to owe you an apology, Rico.
How would you get to that conclusion?
That's a weak mentality.
Oh, get out of it.
Champions League drama. talkSPORT, me, Andy Goldstein Jason Cundy. Adam Smith is here. We'll talk boxing with him in just a sec. Still to come. We'll also be asking if Man City would be better off not starting Haaland against Real Madrid. Personally, I think that's bonkers. Just quickly, I don't know if this is good or bad news for Spurs fans. Igor Tudor will remain in charge of Spurs for games against Atletico and Forest.
Well, that point against Liverpool seems
but was it they were bad?
No, I thought look, Liverpool weren't great, but I thought Spurs deserved at least a point out.
All right. Aston Villa's Morgan Rogers could be tempted to leave the club in search of Champions League football if they fail to qualify this season. Right, we have got the voice of boxing, Adam Smith, with us in the studio. Before we move on, it's someone's birthday you want to give a little shout out to?
Clarissa Shields, the Quote, wonderful, wonderful fighter. So there's up with Katie Taylor as the best female on the planet. And it's her birthday today. And I don't think Clarissa gets enough media attention. I think she's phenomenal. I think her story is extraordinary. Multi-weight world champion, brilliant, brilliant athlete and fighter. And happy birthday to Clarissa.
Happy 21st.
Yes.
Happy 21st. Right. Let's move on. Talk about the heavyweight scene now, because Gareth A. Davis was part of talkSPORT's Fight Night Live team over the weekend. And he had this update on Anthony Joshua.
He's going to have a warm-up fight. Listen, the Fury-Joshua fight is signed, okay? It is signed in the background. I've got that on good authority. I can't put it out there as a scoop, but they are moving towards it. I interviewed Rico Mahouen.
Who's it signed with?
For a cover story. It's with, it's with the big money people. It'll be on Netflix.
When you say signed, do you mean agreed or do you mean
this signed? Agreed. They are moving towards it. But they both want the fight.
I don't know if Gareth realised he was on radio when he said that. I can't give you a scoop, but as scoops go, that's up there. Gareth seems very confident we're going to see this fight. What's your understanding?
I think he's been spending time with Tyson Fury. I mean, my understanding is that this fight will happen at some stage. However, as we said in the break, I think that we have to have respect here for Anthony Joshua and his situation. It's only, 2.5, 3 months since the tragedy in Nigeria. I know that he spent Mother's Day with his friends' mums. The friends that he lost, his two great colleagues and mates. And he's back in the gym. I think that's great for his mental and physical health. And he'll be back. Eddie Hearn said the story is rubbish. He said that AJ will be back, will continue to fight, probably returning in the summer. Tyson Fury, we know, is on April the 11th against Makhmudov. I think Gareth is right in the fact that the fight will happen. Whether it's been agreed, who knows? I've no authority on that at all, although Eddie says it's absolutely not. So will it be Netflix? Will it be huge? Will it be at Wembley? Something like that? I'm sure it will be. It's the fight we've all waited for so long. But I think we just need time on this one. I think we need time for AJ to get back in training, which he is, gently return to the ring. Let's see what happens with Fury and Makhmudov in April. And hopefully all roads do lead to that, because it's a fight that this generation needs to see.
Just on AJ, you mentioned that devastating, tragic accident that he went through 3 months ago. What will be the plan for him moving forward? Because you can't rush this, and he's mentally, he must be in a very difficult place right now.
Of course.
What do you think would be the sensible move going forward, even if this fight that we're talking about with AJ doesn't happen for another year?
I think Eddie's sort of teasing a possible return July, August time for Anthony. You've got to remember that apart from the Jake Paul fight, he hasn't really had any competitive action since the Daniel Dubois defeat. So I think he needs a solid sort of opponent as a comeback type fight. I mean, Jake Paul was one thing, a smash and grab, a lot of money, a lot of exposure, fantastic. But with what happened in Nigeria, I think they've just got to make sure that he's happy, he's comfortable. So whatever Anthony thinks is right and the team decide, I think it should be some sort of a top 15 opponent, and then maybe just gently go towards the Fury fight. But I think it will happen. I think AJ wants the fight to happen. He's told me for years. We were very close when I was at Sky to making the fight. I remember having Anthony on one phone, Tyson on another. The fighters have always wanted this, but for whatever reason, it hasn't been made. With the politics, with the different promoters, different broadcasters. But I think now is the time. Turki Al-Sheikh has come in. Everything has changed, the landscape. And I think that this fight will happen, but let's give it time.
I've got about 30 seconds to ask and you to answer. You want to talk about something that's happening?
Michael Conlon. I just want to mention him. It's his homecoming in Belfast on Friday night. He's in with Kevin Walsh, who's an unbeaten American. Looking forward to that. Also, just want to shout out Kieran Malloy, who is the chief support. Wonderful southpaw fighter, brilliant amateur, and one of the hot prospects, I think, anywhere around the world. And he doesn't get a lot of attention. So just want to give Kieran Malloy a mention. But Michael Conlon's, comeback. So it'll be a fantastic night in Belfast. It's a Misfits Pro Show on DAZN Friday night. And then it's George Liddard and the Hammers on Saturday.
Beautifully done. You're looking sharp, Smudge.
You're looking sharp.
Thank you.
You both are.
That's what he's on.
Liverpool aren't looking so sharp.
Do you know what? So don't fall for it. That's all he wants is that back. That's all he says.
No.
Do you think so?
That's all he wants. He's so vain.
Listen, no.
Are you vain?
You know that Carly Simon song? Thanks for coming in. Always a pleasure.
Always a pleasure.
We'll see you next Tuesday, of course, for more of the same. Yes, can't wait. When we come back, we are looking ahead to the football tonight in Europe. We'll concentrate a bit on Arsenal, nicely poised as well. My question is this: out of all the English sides left in the competition, who's most likely to go through? Not just one, it might be two or even three, but who's going to go through to the last 8 of the Champions League? You can have your say by picking up the phone and dialing in. You'll be next. 03717 22 33 Dial that. You can have your say live on Drive on talkSPORT.
Chelsea handed a suspended transfer ban and fined £10.75 million after secret payments to players and unlicensed agents helped facilitate transfer deals in the Abramovich era. So many people are suggesting here this morning that Chelsea have in their own eyes, got off with one. Of course, Stefan is with us, and in his words, Stefan, you have said you feel the punishment handed to Chelsea is extremely lenient. But Simon, can I put this to you? How isolated do you think this was? Illicit payments to players and agents to facilitate transfers. Was this just Chelsea?
I would doubt it. My nose tells me that it's not necessarily an industry standard practice, but notwithstanding that, I still think there's lots of people that operate in certain ways within football that I've seen and been privy to. And my nose tells me that it wouldn't be just isolated to Chelsea. I mean, the reaction to it, if I was in football now and it was my Crystal Palace had been, I remember getting promoted to the Premier League and being summoned to a meeting by Philip French, the head of comms, and Richard Scudamore to advise me how they expected me to behave in the Premier League, which I told them to blow them out their arse. So I would have probably been full of outrage at the same time as a balanced commercial mind, knowing that the big six are in part the value in the Premier League. So the balance between this outrage about their inappropriate behaviour would also be in the commercial reality of the value that they add to the league. So, you know, I'd have a bit of both in my mind. But listen, inherently, the liabilities to operate in a certain way have to be governed and enforced by those that are in positions of influence.
What does Chelsea's punishment mean for Manchester City's 115 charges?
I think this is generally positive for City in terms of its leniency, but I wouldn't read too much into it because, of course, this is a sanction agreement. As to when it's coming, I mean, clearly we are now way over the expectations of all the parties. The last information I had is they have no idea when it's coming.
Football finance expert Stefan Borson there. Our very own Simon Jordan isn't convinced City should be celebrating just yet, though.
This is good and bad for Manchester City. It's good to some extent because it sets a precedent. It's bad if the heat and the noise in the room gets very loud.
Right.
And people start to go, I don't think so. When the heat gets turned up and all of a sudden the focus turns in on it.
City trail Real Madrid by 3-0 heading into tonight's second leg. You can hear Chelsea versus PSG live on talkSPORT tonight from 7. A rare bit of good news for Tottenham now. Lucas Bergvall is back in training ahead of their meeting with Atletico Madrid. He's been out for 2 months with an ankle injury. Skipper Christian Romero also returns, but Conor Gallagher was absent from the open training session. You can hear the Spurs game tomorrow night over on talkSPORT 2. Now, FIFA say they will not consider moving Iran's World Cup games from the USA to Mexico. Donald Trump suggested it wouldn't be appropriate for them to turn up for their own life and safety. Craig Bellamy's left Wales captain Aaron Ramsey out of his squad for the upcoming World Cup playoffs. Wales face Bosnia and Herzegovina, and if they win that, Italy or Northern Ireland next. League Two and Fleetwood Town have named Matt Lawler as their new permanent head coach. A caretaker and interim boss over a couple of spells, he says he feels incredibly privileged after 9 years at the club. And after Gerwyn Price seemed to suggest he needed a mental break from darts, Stephen Bunting's told us he doesn't think the schedule is too demanding.
Obviously, I get tired as well. It is a long tour, but it's a rewarding tour as well. So the more you play, the more money you get paid. So it's beneficial to play in as much as you can. And then you're chasing the rankings as well.
Bunting's back on stage in Dublin on Thursday for the Premier League's Night 7. More at talksport.com.
Welcome back to our number 2 of Champions League Drama TalkSport with me, Andy Goldstein, and one of the stars of the brand new podcast, award-winning 21 minutes to go.
It's not brand new, though. This is the absolute worst place I've ever been to.
That's a bit harsh, isn't it? It is brand new.
Well, it was brand new
6 months ago.
Brand new in August.
Brand new. If you had a car that was 6 months old, would you go to brand new car?
I don't think I would.
Well, okay, you just got married. Would you go to my brand new wife?
How long have we been married?
6 months.
I'd say we've been married in the last year.
I go, oh, new wife, the brand new wife.
I'm not sure I call her my brand new wife. Not sure I'd...
Okay. The lucky brand new Mrs.
Lucky Mrs. C.
Still to come, we'll be joined by British heavyweight Fraser Clark. But now, can the English sides turn things around in the Champions League this week?
Big charge, chipped in, Valverde trying to help it on. There is his hat-trick. Manchester City's Champions League hopes in rack and ruin before half-time in the first leg.
We've been taught a lesson tonight, Manchester City.
We'll be there, we will try with our people, and at the end, we will try.
Kvaratskhelia up to the edge of the area, right-footed shot. Oh, what a brilliant goal!
Very close to being an outstanding team, but we have to overcome this hurdle.
Mayulu at the back post, Kvaratskhelia! It's 5!
3-2 ain't a disaster. 4-2 is bordering on disaster. 5-2 is a disaster.
It's not over. It's not over yet. We've seen amazing turnarounds in football.
Fight towards goal by Aspilicueta. Barra's there! And Barra scored!
And Chelsea most certainly need that.
Yeah, it's going to be an interesting couple of days. Chelsea and Man City both go into their Champions League last 16 second legs tonight with 3-goal deficits to overturn. Adrian Drum hosts kick-off live from the Etihad. Man City, they're 3-0 down to Real Madrid. Meanwhile, you can hear Chelsea get smashed in the competition. They're 5-2 down against PSG. That's live over on talkSPORT 2. And here on talkSPORT, Arsenal host Bayer Leverkusen with that tie currently 1-1 on aggregate. The gaffer, Mikel Arteta, has been speaking to the media ahead of the game. He was asked what sort of challenges he expects tonight.
Watching them play against Bayern Munich at the weekend, very similar. So, again, really well coached, a team with a very clear structure, really good individuals. If not, obviously, we are not in a stage in the competition that we are in right now. So, we know what we have to do. And in front of our crowd, with our people, putting all the energy in the world again, hopefully we're going to do it.
Right. Let me just go through the games, right?
Go on.
PSG 5, Chelsea 2. I'm going to ask you, we'll play yes or no. Okay? In fact, I'll tell you what we'll do. I'll tell you what we'll do. We'll play dead or alive. I played this with Bentley last night, all right? You got to tell me if the tie for the English side is dead or alive.
But that...
Not if they'll win. Not if they'll win. If the tie's alive.
All ties are alive.
I don't think 5-2 down's alive.
All ties are alive.
Okay, we'll change the name of the game to Will They Win It? All right? I'll name you the teams involved and the score, and you.
Okay. Will they qualify? It's probably a better way to put it because Chelsea could win and still
Okay,
go out.
will they qualify? We'll change the game name again. It's called Will They Qualify, and it's all about the English sides.
Okay.
So time to play. Will they qualify the English sides? PSG 5, Chelsea 2. Will they qualify?
So I can't answer it like that. The game would be dull if I answer.
That's the game.
No, I know, but the game.
We're playing Will They Qualify.
I know, but that's.
Do you want to play Will They Qualify?
Okay, no. I don't.
Jack, can you get some Will They Qualify music, like some kind of American game show music?
Here's me as the deluded fan that we all are at some stage. There is a very small part of me that still thinks that, as I've watched so much football over my life, that things can change.
But you can say
I know,
anything. You can be 10-0 down and have that.
But look, I watched Liverpool turn it around against Barcelona. Right? What was that? Was that 4-0 down?
Yeah, they were.
Right. So it can happen.
This is Star Wars from the Cantina
Is that
bar.
the Cantina?
Ask Jack to forget now. It might work. Right, it's time to play. Will they qualify?
Okay.
English teams only. PSG.
No. I'm going to say maybe. I can't. There's no point in going. Football's not like that, right? Football is not like that.
We're playing. Will they qualify?
No, we're not. I don't want to play the game.
Stop music. You don't want to play.
I don't want to play the game. I don't want to play that game.
Well,
I want to talk about.
A new game. You can't have a new game. What do you want to call it?
Okay. Question mark.
Is there a chance?
Is there a chance?
Why don't we play Won't They Qualify? It's a bit like Will They Qualify, but the opposite. Okay? We'll do it with the away teams.
Is there a chance? I prefer to play Is There a Chance?
Okay, is there a chance?
Okay.
PSG 5, Chelsea 2. Is there a chance?
Yes, there is a chance, yeah.
Okay, now my game. Will they qualify, Chelsea?
No, I'm not playing that game. You can't play two games at the same time.
It's a bit sad, this one. We were playing this after Chelsea lose. Leverkusen 1-1 with Arsenal. I forgot what game we're playing.
Where's the game we're playing? Is there a chance? Is there a chance?
Will they go down like the Titanic? Is that Titanic music? No, okay. What is it?
Sounds like it. Sure,
Lord of the Rings.
Is it? It must be the same composer.
Have we got Bodo Glimt anywhere? don't know what I meant to do with this. Who would be the Lord of the
Ring?
Leverkusen v Arsenal. Who would be the Gandalf?
You expect Arsenal to
Who would be the Gandalf? We're playing a new game. Who's the Gandalf? Who's the Gandalf daddy?
Isn't that Harry Potter?
Was it? Is Gandalf in?
Is he in Harry Potter, Gandalf?
He is in, yeah. Harry Potter.
Isn't?
Yeah. Okay. Who? Oh, he must be in Lord of the Rings, I think. Gandalf.
Is he in both?
I think he's in both. Yeah.
What's his name in?
I think he's in both. I think.
Is he in both?
Yeah. Gandalf.
Gandalf.
Yeah. Who's the Gandalf? Arsenal 1-1. Leverkusen.
Right. Well, I mean, I've said in the Paddy Power bet builder. Right.
Quoting that, yeah.
Well, the Arsenal should go through. Let's be brutally honest about this.
Yeah.
They should go through.
Yeah.
Right. But for the sake of the Paddy Power bet builder, I've gone for.
Oh, what's this one?
This is like.
What sort of Spotify playlist you got there, Jack? I know what you dress up as when you go home.
Is this HP?
Is this Harry Potter? HP. No one's ever called it HP.
No one's ever called him HP.
HP.
Here it is, HP. Look.
Harry Potter. What was the Ron Jeremy? What was the
Ron Jeremy? Ron Jeremy. I cannot believe you've thrown Ron Jeremy in there. That's unbelievable. What films do you watch with Ron Jeremy's not in Harry Potter?
He's a ginger fella.
Ron Jeremy. That's incredible stuff.
What's the ginger fella called? That's his name. Bob Weasley, that's it.
Oh, there's people listening in their cars going, I remember Ron Jeremy. I used to love his work.
Oh, my goodness.
What's happened to Ron Jeremy? What's happened to him?
I don't know.
Is he still about?
Let's not go down that road.
Well, it's too late. It's too late. You've gone down that alley, mate. There's nothing. Can't.
I wouldn't use that terminology.
Can't turn him.
Right, I don't know what. Oh, yeah. Harry Potter would have been so much different there.
Can you imagine that?
Ain't no wonder he's waving about. Oh, my
That's amazing. Okay. What made you say that? Where's that? I bet you.
I thought that was his name. I thought that was the ginger fella's name. Right.
That's a very different film.
Right. What?
Is he still about, Ron Jeremy? Is he still playing his trade?
How would I know?
What do you mean, where'd you pluck that from? Where's it?
Say?
Where'd you...
Right, can we move on?
Come on in.
Excuse me. Right, what are we talking about? Oh, yeah, the tyres, right.
Can't get over that. It's unbelievable.
Right. Out of all the... I'm going so hot now, I'm going so hot. Right. Out of all the English teams that left, Jay, right?
Yeah. What are you going to call it?
I'm
in or out?
Yeah, we'll call it in or out.
In or out with Ron Jeremy.
Oh, dear. Okay. Concentrate now. Come on, be professional.
Joe's had enough.
Yeah, I think he has. Right, be professional.
Come on, what do you want to say? Go on.
Well, okay, so the question
we're playing what?
No, we're not playing a game now. There's no games we're playing.
Right.
Out of all the teams that are left in the competition that are English.
Yeah. Do you know, I actually do give Manchester City a squeak. I really do. I don't think that tie is not as over as the Chelsea one. Because I think that Chelsea will...
Both of them are 3 goals.
I know, but I don't know, there's something about...
It looks like, by the way, it's like Mbappe and Bellingham will both be featuring.
Fit for selection.
Yeah, I don't know if they'll be starting, but... Let me quickly go through them, right?
Well, look, logic will tell you 3 goals at this stage is tough to overcome in the Champions League. That's what logic tells you.
3 goals without Real Madrid scoring a goal.
Yeah, and also without PSG scoring. I understand, but logic will tell you it's going to be an absolute mountain.
Okay.
But if Manchester City and Chelsea score the first goal, we've got to score. They both got to score the first 2 goals.
Yes.
Which is not impossible, by the way.
It's not. It's not.
That's where I'm coming from.
Okay.
The problem I've got, I'm a Chelsea fan, is that I cannot see us keeping a clean sheet.
Okay, just... do you want me to ask you about the Chelsea?
What game are you playing?
It's just who goes through.
Right, okay.
All right? Okay. PSG, Chelsea, who goes through? Do you want me to leave that one out?
Yeah, because I'm deluded and I'm going to go there.
Leverkusen against Arsenal, 1-1. Who goes through?
Arsenal.
Real Madrid, 3-0 City. Who goes through?
Ooh.
Wow, you really stuck on that one.
I just think...
I think Real Madrid goes through.
Well, look, the scoreline will suggest that's correct.
Galatasaray, Liverpool, 1-0 at the moment. Galatasaray goes through.
Oh, dear. if Liverpool play like they did at the weekend, Galatasaray.
Okay. Newcastle 1-1 with Barca.
Yeah.
Who goes through?
Barca.
Okay, what a game that could be. Yeah. And Atletico 5-2 against Spurs. Who will Atletico have
Spurs?
in the next round?
There's nothing.
Okay, so you think only?
Well, look, Spurs fans listening, they'll go, look, tomorrow night we go in there. You have to have hope. That's what football fans do. We're deluded.
Okay, but you think apart from Chelsea, only one English side are going through. That's Arsenal.
Yeah, it could be true actually,
right.
couldn't it?
We'll take calls on that
right,
then.
Yeah.
All right. So you think maybe Chelsea because you're a Chelsea fan. I get that. And the only other team that we're going through are Arsenal. Football fans out there, I'm sure Man City, maybe Liverpool fans would disagree with that. Even Newcastle fans would disagree with that. Either way, we'd love to hear from you this afternoon. 03717 223344. Dial that. You'll be next live on Drive on talkSPORT after this.
Max Dowman is. I see him playing. Because where was it? Was it Mansfield you played the other day in the FA Cup?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
He makes a run right from about 15, 20 yards outside their box. All right, he just glides edge of the box like a slalom. Yeah. The kid is a major talent. So is Ethan Wanyeri, by the way.
Yeah, I know.
At that point, he bought Wanyeri on something like 91 minutes at 3-1 up, I think, or 3-0 up.
Yeah.
It was just to give him his debut, nothing else, and that was the point I was making.
John Terry said that he was he hasn't seen a player dribble like that since Lionel Messi.
Well, I would I'd hold back that sort of credit yet. I think, come on, let the boy be the boy. Let the boy just find his way. Totally different build to Messi.
Yeah, of course.
I mean, you look at the size of him. He looks like, and he's still growing. He looks like he could be. I don't know how tall he is, but he looks like he's going to be 6 foot plus, just by his build, doesn't he? And he's got Messi was. Yeah, I would resist comparing any young player at his age to anyone at the minute. Just let him be Max Dowman.
Yeah,
he'll be Max Dowman.
Yeah,
he's a major talent. He's a major talent.
Fair play to him. They do produce some.
Yeah, they have. Lewis Skelly coming through. And I mean, the thing about Lewis Skelly, he might have to leave.
Yeah.
And Capier's, if they sign him permanently in Capier, you got in him. They've got Calafiori. Where's Lewis Skelly going to go? His international career. He could have been going to the World Cup. He ain't going to the World Cup now.
You don't think he's going to get in the squad?
No, I do not.
Hello and welcome to talkSPORT Goals. We're taking you through what should be another busy day of football.
Chance to win it!
We don't need to do that, guys.
I'm going to owe you an apology.
How do you get to that conclusion?
That's a weak mentality.
Oh, get out of it.
E.T., mate. E.T.'s a movie and a half.
E.T. It's great. Great. I don't like his feet.
Do you know what E.T.'s short for?
Extra time?
No. She's got little legs.
You got little.
It's Champions League Drive on talkSPORT. Me, Andy Goldstein. Good music, isn't it?
It is.
You see where he's flying over the moon,
Is this
isn't
the
it?
one where he's cycling?
Yes, sir.
And
And
then-
he's got Elliot in the glove box thing.
Who's no? E.T.'s in the glove box.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Yeah, and Elliot's cycling.
The fun home.
Yeah, you know that was 1975. That film.
Was it?
Yeah, that long ago. Yeah. It's me, Andy Goldstein Jason Cundy, alongside still to come. We'll be joined by British heavyweight Fraser Clark. Just quickly, Captain Aaron Ramsey has been left out of the Welsh squad for this month's World Cup playoffs. The Premier League's key match incidents panel have ruled that Brighton should have had a penalty in their 1-0 defeat home to Brighton at the start of the season. I don't really get why they're doing that. It's done now. Man City boss Pep Guardiola has been speaking to the media ahead of tonight's game against Real Madrid. He said that he's confident his side will create chances as they try to come from 3-0 down.
In terms of people say, to make us, goals. So, no. We have to move more, we concede. So let's try to, to avoid that is not easy because the quality of Madrid always is there, but try to, the situations that will be there in the 1-against-1, the keepers, defenders and everyone, the solidarity to work behind. Because with the ball, maybe I'm wrong, maybe we play when we are not able to do it, but from experience in the Champions League or in that position, but we need to do it, always we are able to create chances.
Most stylish manager, would you say Pep?
Pep.
He's always looking mega, isn't he?
Yeah, he looks
He
all right.
looks cool.
Yeah, he's got a nice look.
All right, you don't seem confident about that.
Oh, no, fine. I mean, I wasn't expecting that.
Well, I was just looking at him now. I thought he always looks
He
great.
does look all right. Yeah,
Will his team win tonight? Will they go through? George is a Liverpool fan. Will his team go through? 1-1. I know 1-0 down against Galatasaray. Hello, George.
All right, George.
Hi guys, great to hear you on the way back from work. Yeah, I think it's a difficult one. I think a lot of Liverpool fans are not happy the way we're playing. But you mentioned before that, we come back from Barcelona. So I'm thinking that, on Wednesday we're going to batter Galatasaray and we're going to get to the final and we'll play the other red team, Arsenal, in the final. The only two English sides going through.
Can I ask you a question, George? Why have you got to batter them? Why can't you just win?
Oh, you know why? Because there's, what it is. We've got to go out in a blaze of glory.
Yeah.
Show them what we can do. Do you get me in a sense? Also, just one more thing that I need to mention is I've been following a team that you keep saying Bona. It actually pronounced Buda. I've been to Norway to see them Tottenham last year and Man United. I just found a fan in Liverpool 2 years ago and I got involved and I went to the San Siro.
Sorry. Do you mean Bodo Glimt?
Buda. It's not Boda. They won't understand when you say
Buda Glimt.
It's Buda. Buda Glimt. Because you're so good. It's Buda Glint, guys.
Buda Glint. Not Glint.
Buda. Yeah, it's like it's not Bodo. I used to say that. Right. They didn't have a clue what I was saying. Bodo, it was Scouse accent.
Okay.
But it's Buda. But the other
you're wrong. It's Boda.
No, in English it sounds like
No. Our producers just Googled it, and the correct pronunciation is Bodo Glimt.
Well, they think that. Well, that's okay. You know what? Sometimes, Scousers can be wrong.
You're joking. Thanks for your call. Let's go to Adam, a Newcastle fan. Hi, Adam.
All right, Ad.
Hiya, guys. How are you doing?
Good, man. How are you?
Yeah, good. I just wanted to say, I think Newcastle and Arsenal are probably the only two teams who are going to go through. I think we gave Barca so many problems last week. And if you look at all the other games, they didn't cause the same problems for them, for the opposition. Liverpool, maybe, I think they are a different animal. Depends what team want to turn up for them. But I think Arsenal are a given, and I think Newcastle could be the Geordie. I think they could cause Barca problems as well again.
Do you know what? You let them off the hook last week.
Big time.
That was a game that you not only should you have won, maybe could have won it by more, and to give away that pen late on, that's a dagger. That really is. But of course you got to look at one. Of course you got a chance. Of course you do.
I think it's always difficult playing against 12 men, because I think the ref was against us in that game. I think there was not just that game, we had a few dodgy decisions this season, I think, on a lot of refereeing calls, but...
You had chances in front of goal, a lot of chances in front of goal they didn't put away Newcastle. That could
they should have won that game, I agree with that.
Jamie's a Liverpool fan. Hi, Jay.
Right, Jay.
Jamie?
Hello.
Hi, Jay.
I bet you're all right.
Yeah.
Good, man. Off you go.
Yeah.
I mean, literally off.
Jamie?
No, he's not there. Let's try Jake, Liverpool fan. Hi, Jake.
Jake?
How are we doing, guys? You okay?
Good, man. Off you go, pal.
Thank you for having me on. I just wanted to say, I think Liverpool will do it tonight. Not tonight, Wednesday night, sorry. I think Arsenal will do it as well. And I've got to agree with Cundy. I do think Chelsea might pull themselves over the line.
Wow. Do you think PSG will score?
I think PSG will go, I'll be honest, I think they'll go 1-0 up and then they'll take their foot off the gas.
So you think Chelsea will score? You think Chelsea will score 4 goals tonight?
I genuinely think they might, yeah. I think once PSG take their foot off the gas, I think Chelsea will have...
We need to score the first 2 goals.
Shall I tell you what's going to happen? I'll go for all of them now.
Go on.
PSG are going through.
What's the score?
It doesn't matter. PSG are going through.
Okay.
Leverkusen are going through against Arsenal.
Right.
Real Madrid are going through. Galatasaray are going through. Barca are going through. And there's not one English team going through. How about that for a quote? Atletico will go through. Not one English team are going through.
What about Arsenal?
They'll go out. I think Leverkusen. Good side, Leverkusen.
Yeah, no,
Arsenal haven't been great recently. They've been nicking
there's been a bit of a drop off, but they've. I mean, they don't.
I don't think there'll be one English team through at the last 8. How about that?
That'll be stunning.
Clip that, Jack. We'll play that on Thursday, or maybe lose it Thursday.
Yeah,
either way,
race it.
Still to come, we'll be joined by British heavyweight Fraser Clark. Time for a bit of no googling. We want to know who's got the fastest ever goal in the Champions League final. It's a good question, isn't it? I doubt if you'll get that. 53 seconds he scored it. I'll give you one clue. That's all I can do. It was against an English team. That's all I can do. All right? Someone scored against an English team in 53 seconds.
That's the Champions League.
Just final.
Champions League
final.
Just not Euro.
No, otherwise I would have said.
Well, I know, but just asking. You might have got it wrong. Might have been written poorly.
No, it's written perfectly well. Champions League final, it says here. Big letters.
Right.
All right?
Yep.
The answer to that and more coming up live on Jam talkSPORT in seconds. Stay where you are.
few years back, when Jurgen Klopp was in charge, we tried signing Moises Caicedo, a defensive midfielder, because since Fabinho and Henderson have left, we've not signed one.
Yeah.
He turned us down. We tried signing that Southampton young
Lavia as well.
Lavia, yeah.
The same window.
He turned us down.
Yeah.
A year later, we went for Zubamendi. He turned us down. We've not replaced that kind of player. Slot came in and played Gravenberch in that position. He did well. We won the league because of the other teams falling off as well. But we've not signed that player yet. We let go of centre halves, Matip and company, and we've got only two.
Company.
Choice. No, Matip and company. You know.
Oh, Matip and co. Other players.
Yeah,
Right.
Matip and co. Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, let go of players like that, and then we've not signed any centre halves. We're probably the only Premier League club who's got two senior centre halves on their books.
Do you know what, Sam, as well? Another one, Mark Gahey. I don't know why you didn't get him.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. For £5 million, we spent outrageous money on attacking players, but we not signed a defensive player just for £5 million. How ridiculous is that?
Yeah.
But that doesn't explain why you're not scoring goals.
Exactly. Yeah, but there comes Slot's position. Arne Slot.
Hold on.
Let's get cash at the cash point.
Hold on. Sorry. Are you working behind the tills at like Tesco's or something?
Yes, I am.
What? While you're talking to us?
Because I'm listening to you as well.
That's unbelievable.
It's not often you associate fan power with Chelsea Football Club, but one of the shining examples of it lies with a group called the Chelsea Pitch Owners. And they've proved to be the thorn in the side of owners past and present who've been dead set on moving stadiums to a larger, more lucrative piece of land. Essentially, the supporters group holds the freehold to the land on which Stamford Bridge sits. Former owner Ken Bates set it up at a time where some unruly property developers tried to evict the club from their ground. In order to prevent this, he established the CPO as a company that owned the pitch and offered the fans the chance to buy a share for £100. As well as that, they also own the rights to the name Chelsea Football Club, so if any owner wants to take them elsewhere, they can't be called Chelsea without the approval from the CPO. Now, in 2011, Roman Abramovich tried and failed to move them away from Stamford Bridge, and this has set a precedent for Todd Bowley and the current power brokers at Chelsea. They know any plan which involves moving from Stamford Bridge will require CPO approval from the now 13,000 fans who own it. There are fans who are concerned that if they stay at the bridge, they'll be left behind their domestic and European rivals who are moving to more commercially successful stadiums. But for the heritage and history lovers, Stamford Bridge is one of the iconic English stadiums, and to move away would be a grave mistake. It might not be as flashy as others, but stadiums like it have something about them that cannot be replaced. One thing's for sure, if Bowley wants to take Chelsea away from their home, he'll have to go through the CPO first.
Love The Sopranos.
Oh, yeah, it brings it all back,
yes,
doesn't it? So when, what's his name, the main fella?
Yeah, the big lad.
Johnny Soprano. Is it Johnny? John.
Well, Johnny, it answered Johnny to his mates.
Yeah, have you seen the last episode?
No, don't ruin it.
Have you not seen him in a nightclub?
No.
Oh, it's a
Don't ruin it.
Okay. Before the break, ask a question. Who scored the fastest ever goal in Champions League final? Paolo Maldini. From Milan against Liverpool in 05. Okay. 53 seconds. How about that?
Yeah.
Still to come, we'll have some fun. The best bits of talkSPORT.
Mm-hmm. Bots.
What? Bots, yeah. I've got a question about gardening. I won't do it now because I don't want to keep our next guest waiting. But if there's a gardener out there, stay listening. I need some help a bit later on. We're going to turn our attention now to boxing because Fraser Clark and Justice Hooney will fight on the undercard of Tyson Fury's comeback fight at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium in April. And we're delighted to say that Fraser joins us now to look ahead to that fight. Fraser, how are you?
Hey, Fraser.
Yes, lads. How you doing?
Good. Do you ever watch The Sopranos? You a fan of that?
Yeah, love it. Amazing.
Have you seen
one of the best series I've seen?
Oh, have you seen Gomorrah?
No.
You'll notice that. I think it's slightly better. But anyway.
I'll give it a look.
How are you? How are you ahead of this fight? How's your training going? What shape are you and how are you feeling?
Yeah, I feel good. You know, I'm up in Manchester training at the minute. I'm with a new trainer. I'm with Joe Gallagher training in the Champs Camp. So, you know, momentum's high. The gym's thriving. A lot of fighters there, all getting ready for dates. And, yeah, it's a good place to be right now.
You both go into this fight on the back of defeats.
Yeah.
So is it going to mean a lot more to both of you, I imagine? Because I wouldn't say it's like, you know, double jeopardy, but no one wants two on the bounce, right?
No, of course not. You know, I think we're both going in this fight and wanting to come out the winner. You know, someone's got to lose, but obviously coming off the back of both of our recent performances and defeats, I think listen, there's a lot that's riding on it. The stakes are quite high.
Yeah, that last fight that Hooney had against Wardley, I was very impressed with him, actually, until that devastating knockout blow. What can you take from that fight? What are his weaknesses there?
Listen, he was boxing very well. I was very impressed myself. He just switched off for 1 second and I think Fabio Wardley has proved it, and I know better than most. You cannot switch off against this guy for 1 second, because when he hits you, it hurts, mate. Yeah, listen, I think I took a lot from it. You know, he's a very good fighter. He's a good all-rounder. But obviously, I've got the things in which I've seen, the weaknesses, and I'm looking to exploit them.
It's a young man's game, right? Your opponent is, 26? You're getting on a bit now, dare I say. You're 34 years old. Do you have a game plan, Fraser? Because you mentioned Fabio, but he's world champion right now. What's your aim over the next 18 months? Where should you be?
First of all, I'm not getting on, mate. I'm in my prime. I feel great. I feel fantastic.
Okay, that's good.
So when I've let less of that talk, mate. Well, my game plan right now is to win this next fight, one fight at a time, you know, and then after that, we'll see where we go. But right now, all my focus on Justice Hooney, 11th of April.
Okay. When you say you're in your prime, right, and I'm not going to disagree with you, but from what I understand, a bit like footballers, actually, when they take to the field, it's very rare a footballer goes onto the field to play without any injuries, any little niggles whatsoever. Is it the same for you at 34? Are you going into a ring now without any problems whatsoever? Or is there always... does every boxer have some kind of injury? Maybe they just cover up a bit.
You keep mentioning 34 like I'm 60 years old, man. I'm 34 years old. And we live in a world now where we have good nutrition. We have strength and conditioning. I do yoga twice a week. I get a rub down twice a week. I'm good. I'm healthy. I'm good. But I suppose this sport is demanding and physical. So 100%, you know, if you don't look after yourself properly and take the right measures, I suppose every fight really has niggles, but right now, touch wood, I'm all good.
So what's your daily routine then, Frey? How you wake up? What is the first? What time do you get up?
Wake up?
No, well, yeah, hopefully you do.
Well, yeah, hope so.
Hope you just. But you. So tell us what your daily routine is.
You confirm you wake up first.
Well, every day is different. You know, today was strength and conditioning today. Then I've got some recovery this evening. Yesterday was a tough day in the gym, was sparring, then onto the track at night time for the running. But every day is a mixture of different things. I woke up at 8 o'clock this morning, breakfast out the door, into the gym. And then obviously you go and eat again. You got to eat properly and then come back, recover for a little bit. Then this evening I'll be going in the ice bath and the sauna.
Fraser, do you work during some days where you work yourself so hard that you're absolutely shattered when you go to bed? Do you ever have those days in a build-up to a fight?
Honestly, this camp has really pushed me to new limits. Obviously, I've come to a different gym, a different setup, and the only way I could describe it was made me think of it last week. I was watching Cheltenham. I was in a gym full of racehorses, and I walked in as a shy horse. You know, they were just all flying. So it took me a little bit of time to get to grips with the work ethic in this gym. But 100%, you know, you work yourself to the bone, and you know, physically, mentally, it does get draining. But obviously, you have to go through that as part of the journey.
So you mentioned at the top of our conversation, you've changed your trainer. Why did that decision come about?
You know, I just felt like I did a bit of reflection on my last fight. It wasn't a good performance. It was a close fight, but for me, it was a terrible performance. So that was just one of the things I thought. You know what, I could do with some experience in the corner, and let's have a change and let's try and sort of reignite that spark, which may have left me for a bit because I was training on my own. I'm now back in an establishment where I'm with a team, I'm with a group of boxers. The vibe is good in the gym. Everyone's pushing each other really hard, and I'm enjoying it. Not enjoying it again because I never didn't enjoy it, but you know, I'm looking forward to going to the gym each day. I'm looking forward to the results.
And are you doing anything majorly differently in training then?
You know, every trainer has their different ways, but yeah, I'm doing some really good stuff up here with Joe and the team. And listen, we wouldn't take this fight, or I wouldn't take this fight if I didn't believe I could win it. So all I can tell you is I'm confident in my own ability. You can only judge people off what you've seen last. My last performance wasn't good, so I can understand why I'm going in this fight as an underdog, and people probably thinking, you said all this last time. All I can tell you is the proof will be in the pudding on the 11th of April. I'm going to get in there. I'm going to huddle around the middle of the ring, around the referee, and respect Respect the ring.
All of you round the ref. That's going to be interesting.
Well, big arm. Respect the gloves. You know what I mean? Respect the ring.
That's very nice. That's very nice.
Dear.
Listen, I want to move on and get your views on other big stories in the world of boxing. But just quickly, how are you going to win this fight? I won't ask who's going to win. Obviously, it's going to be you in your mind. How are you going to win it? Where's it going to finish?
It's going to finish. If it comes early, it comes early. But listen, I'm going in there, like I say, full of confidence, confident that for 3 minutes of every round, I can get in there and I can beat Justice Hooney to the punch. I can outthink him. I can outfight him. I can do whatever I need to do to win this fight.
Okay. Listen, there's another great fight on the undercard. Richard Riakporhe, we're big fans of his, the Midnight Train. He takes on Jamie TKV. I mean, he looked a bit of a beast, Riakporhe, at cruiserweight. Now at heavyweight, he just looks massive. I think this could be a great fight to watch. Give me your prediction on this one.
Yeah, obviously these are two people that I've been in the ring with, both of them. Obviously, I trained with Richard for a few years, and obviously I fought Jamie last time. I think it does catch fire very soon. This one, Richard's obviously biggest attribute I'd say is his punch power. He's very, very heavy-handed, whereas Jamie is very persistent and very good at working on the inside. It's going to be a bit of a tactical battle, I think, but also this could come down to the grit and who really wants it the most. So another one I'm looking forward to as a fan myself.
What do you think the heavyweight division is now? Is it in good condition? We've just seen, of course, you're on the undercard of Fury. Usyk's going to do his thing as well. How do you think the heavyweight division is looking right now?
Yeah, it's good. I mean, I feel like probably 18 months ago it was flying a little bit more. I mean, now everyone seems to be doing like these... there's a few pantomime fights, isn't there? Obviously, Usyk's fighting the kickboxer for the world title. But I suppose, and everyone's saying he's earned his right to do that. He can fight who he wants, which I fully respect. But listen, the division is flying. There's great fighters around. Around. I'm here. I'm with Lawrence Okoli. He's coming through. He's got his big fight against Tony Yoka. I've seen today that AJ's back in training.
Yeah.
And then they have everyone else. You have Moses Atuma, who's absolutely like killing it. Fabio Wardley, another world champion from Britain. He's got a great fight with Daniel Dubois. So it's in a good place. I think everyone is doing their bit. But we want to get back to where it was like 18 months ago, where the best are fighting the best constantly. That's what we want.
Yeah. Just a quick word. You mentioned AJ. Gareth A. Davis appeared to confirm that Fury AJ is going to be on. He mentioned that over the weekend. If that is happening, that's a fight I'm guessing you're very excited about.
Oh, of course. I mean, this is a fight which I think the whole British public has been, interested and excited for probably the best part of 10 years now. And that's what it feels like. I am interested. I'm excited for it. I think it'll be a massive occasion. I hope it's in Britain, and I hope that, the fans really get to go and enjoy it. Maybe, for me, it might be 3 years too late now, but it still will be a great fight and a great spectacle, nevertheless. But I would have liked to see it a couple of years ago when they're really both in their prime and both world champions.
Okay. Well, listen, thanks for coming on. Sorry about that thing about your age. I was just looking at your birthday, but in August you're going to be closer to 40 than you are 30. Is that a worry?
Yeah, well, you're going the right way for next time I come in that studio, mate, to let a few shots go and you will see how a 40-year-old moves, eh?
You look a whippersnapper to me, if you don't mind me saying. I hope you win. I hope you beat Justin Hooney as well, Justin Hooney.
Thank you, mate. Appreciate it.
Fraser, always a pleasure. Thanks so much for coming on, man.
All the best.
You look good, Nick. Cheers, pal.
Why are you doing that?
There you go, Fraser. One of my favourite fighters in the world, Fraser Clark. Great fighter.
His age?
Because what?
Why is he doing that? He obviously didn't like it, right?
No, he didn't like it at all, did he?
No, but
I think he did. He was just playing. He was playing with me.
But just leave it go. Let it go. Apparently, just been told he's fuming.
Fuming, yeah. Well, listen, nothing you can do about age. Gets to all of us. 34 for okay. Do you think 34 for a fighter's old?
No.
I mean, spring chicken, if anything. Too young. Shouldn't let him in that young. Don't forget, tickets for Tyson Fury's comeback fight against Makhmudov are available now over on Ticketmaster.com. When me and Cundy come back, hopefully I'll definitely be here. He can't get to the studio in the next 5 minutes.
Apparently he's still on the line.
Is he?
He's still on the line.
No, I don't want to speak to him. I'm scared. Still to come on Drive. I've got nothing on my screen, so I'll just make it up. See if I can ad-lib it, all right? Still to come on Drive. We'll hear from Cundy or someone on the Sports Bow said this.
He looks dodgy. Biddy no mates.
Yeah. We'll also be looking ahead to this as well.
They're very hot and sweaty.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, come out of there really damp.
Yeah. And, of course, who can forget this?
Haaland suddenly heads it over the keeper.
Well done.
And that gets rid of all the frustration.
Quite generic links. All that and more is coming up on Drive when we come back. Hopefully I'll have links in front of me for the best of talkSPORT.
When do we hear about City and 115? Is there any correlation here?
Well, the overlap, I think, is only to the extent as to the treatment of this sort of conduct has not been treated as severely as PSR. So in a theoretical scenario where City are found to have breached some of the rules, but ultimately, like Chelsea, that wouldn't have impacted on its PSR position.
Yeah.
This agreement suggests that, save for the fact that there was cooperation here and early admission, save for that fact, that maybe it's not even a points deduction for something as extreme as that. Maybe. So I think this is generally positive for City in terms of its leniency, but I wouldn't read too much into it because, of course, this is a sanction agreement. As to when it's coming, I mean, clearly we are now way over the expectations of all the parties. The last information I had is they have no idea when it's coming. I think we are back in the realms when international breaks are more likely than other times, but who knows?
And one international break's about to come up.
But for City, you must be in the same space.
Yeah.
If you are, because part of the allegation against City is fraud. So if indeed you are found to be guilty, because at this moment in time City aren't found guilty of anything, if you're found to be guilty, how do you then take up the table of sanctions and say, well, actually, it's a points or removal of credit and whatever else you had in the past because you've just allowed Chelsea to admit.
I think what they would say is, in the City case, you will struggle to get any of those lines of mitigation.
No, fine.
That are there in the Chelsea
but
case.
does mitigation
So it'll
remove,
all be aggravation.
But does mitigation remove points then?
Hello and welcome to talkSPORT Goals. We've been taking you through what should be another busy day of football.
Chance to win it! Oh!
We don't need to do that, guys.
I'm going to owe you an apology.
How would you get to that conclusion?
That's a weak mentality.
Oh, get out of it.
Bit of Indiana Jones. I like where we're going today.
Yes, is this the one where the big boulder comes down the crevice?
No,
it runs off.
That's not Indiana Jones, is it?
What's that?
That's Magnum, episode of Magnum, that is.
Is that where he turns around and does a little wink?
Yeah, he does what?
Does a little wink.
Oh, yeah. It's Drive on talkSPORT, me, Andy Goldstein, Jason Cundy alongside. Still to come, we ask if Man City would be better off not starting Haaland. I mean, no one's going to be thinking that. And also, if there is a gardener out there, I have a question about gardening.
I think I could answer it.
I can ask you now, quickly.
Go and ask me.
So we've got in our garden, right, I've had them planted for 2 years. I've got laurels.
Right.
You had laurels?
If I saw a photograph of it, I might recognise it.
It's a small bush,
right.
About as small as...
How's... Is
as
it
a 10-year... How old's my daughter? About as small as a 10-year-old.
It's quite
right?
big.
Yeah. But then after 2 years, like 15 foot.
Right, what's the problem?
I've had it in the ground for about a year and a half.
Yeah.
Hasn't moved.
Well, it's not 2 years yet, is it?
No, but hasn't moved in height. Like
It will do. It's just gathering pace.
Oh, so I don't need a gardener?
No, fine.
No, if there's a gardener out there, I'd like you to answer the question. How long does it take for laurels to start
You just
growing?
said 2 years, and it's not even 2 years.
No, but I don't know why I said that. I put in the wrong... I don't know why I said that. I assume because it hasn't grown yet after a year.
A couple of years, mate.
No, but it should go... how long does it take for a laurel to grow? Is my question.
Right, that's a question.
Time now for this.
Win a VIP trip to the British Grand Prix on talkSPORT.
Yeah, listen up, F1 fans. We're down to the final week. We want to send you Animate to Silverstone on the 5th of July for the British Grand Prix. An experience like no other. They go fast, the cars, don't they? Forget general admission. Forget it, Jay, because we're putting you right in the fast they are. Right in the heart of it with full racing green trackside experience. Experience F1 in the best possible way. You get an exclusive grandstand seats, plus inner track access to watch the drivers roll into the paddock. There's one coming. Look at him. He'll get a ticket. And we've got the whole day sorted for you with all-day street food, a fully open bar, and more. Here's how to enter for your chance to win. He's got to be dangerous, that one. For your chance to win, text the word WIN to 83338. Text costs £2.50 plus stand network rate, or you can call 0343418. Nearly took my face off. 7260. Lines closed this Friday at 4 p.m. 18 plus UK residents only. It's a network promotion. Full T's and C's at talksport.com. For your chance to win, text the word WIN to 83338 now. Jay, can you hit that button over there that says Best of TalkSport?
That one there.
Thanks, man. Yeah, time for the Best of TalkSport. You know what this means. Let's kick things off with the breakfast show. Gabby, I'm a multi-millionaire, and Bonhall was in an empty studio because Ali McCoist was down the line. That means like on Zoom. Gabby wasn't happy about it.
I literally walked out the hotel. I walked past many restaurants in Borough Market. I walked into one, she says, the kitchen's closed. I carried on walking, Ali. Finally, I found somewhere with a spare seat. It was a Japanese, Chinese. Bit of a walk down to London Bridge. And I sat there on my own, Alistair. Everyone's staring at me. He looks dodgy. Billy, no mates.
Don't quite know what's happening. What's it like when we did shows down the line during COVID?
Brilliant.
See, I hated it.
No, you didn't hate it.
I didn't enjoy the experience because I'm looking at a blank wall.
No,
I like this interaction where I can see you.
No, of course, it's better. But actually, those shows that we put out were amazing. They were sensational.
Under the
shows we put out.
circumstances, yeah, but I didn't enjoy it.
No, well, look, no one enjoyed it.
No,
actually, I had a great COVID.
Did you?
Yeah, I enjoyed the weather made it. Right?
Yeah.
The weather
that was strange, though, wasn't it? That weather.
What do you mean?
Oh, it's sunny every single day.
What do you mean?
I don't know. I don't know what I mean, but it's weird, wasn't it?
What, you saying it was planned?
No, I don't think you can plan the weather, but it was weird, wasn't it? Everyone was home and it was beautiful sunshine.
It was amazing. Yeah.
When was the last time you went out for dinner by yourself? Great question.
I never go out for dinner on my own. I don't think lunch. I could,
What, could you go to a restaurant and go to table for one?
Yeah, I mean,
I couldn't do that.
Why not? What are you going to do then? You're hungry. What are you going to do?
I'll wait till I get home.
You're miles from home.
Where am I?
Midlands.
Why am I there?
Just had a job. You're staying in a hotel the night, and you.
I'll go back to the hotel and eat.
What, the hotel?
Yeah.
Table for one.
No, I'll eat in my room.
You can't eat in your room.
Super Ali McCoy is back tomorrow at 6 a.m. He'll be alongside the returning Big Alan Brazil's back, everyone.
Okay, over to the Future Award-winning podcast. 21 minutes to go.
Loving
Here's me telling a story about a night out at a strangely named club. It was called the Beaver. Right.
Yeah.
Right, went to the Beaver.
Is it sweaty in there?
Very hot and sweaty.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, come out of there really damp. Anyway, I'm in the Beaver.
Yeah. How many people are in the Beaver?
Oh, mate, there was a lot of people in the Beaver. Yeah, it's packed.
Right. Big?
Big Beaver.
Well done, Jack, for picking that.
There's lots.
Honestly, I wonder what goes on behind Jack's eyes. Like, has he any idea where this show is?
Yeah.
Look at the time. Look at the time, Jack.
No, it's fine.
Guys, that's by the way, that's 5 to 6 at night, not in the morning. Start bench us. No, I can't ask that.
That's what I didn't know.
How old is? Oh, this is you. Sorry, your questions. I go to.
How old is it too old to go clubbing?
Good question. How old's too what? Actual proper clubbing or
I
like?
think it depends, mate. If you might
That's my
get...
question.
Oh, sorry, go on.
Yeah, it depends, mate.
Yeah.
If you, what was the next word? If I was going to a nightclub as like my mate's 50th, come on, let's all go back to that night. I'd go.
Yeah.
But to go to a nightclub because I'm looking to get lucky, I'm too old now.
You get lucky?
Yeah, do you know if I was single?
Oh, I see. You've changed.
You know what I mean?
Okay. Not as if you're like now.
No, if I was over 40 and I was single, I'm not going to a nightclub. Too old.
Yeah, I think it's one of those. If you just happen to end up in a club and it's not planned,
that's fine.
I think that's okay.
Yeah.
Do not forget to download 21 Minutes to Go, myself and Goldstein. Wherever you get your pods, new episodes drop every Monday and Thursday.
Let's finish with some Weekend Breakfast Show. His former EastEnder, Michael Greco, the Grec, being asked the question, who would make the best corrupt cop at talkSPORT? What's happening here?
No, I think it's got to be Jason Cundy.
Jason Cundy. Oh, you so
He makes me laugh. He's very, very funny. I love the way he winds up Jamie O'Hara. I listen to that show a lot after the football, and I'm waiting to see what he's going to say to Jason Cundy. He's such a wind-up merchant.
Oh, they're all Grecs. He's a big Chelsea fan, you know.
It's a nice guy. Well, there you go. It's
Yeah.
a nice compliment.
Well, yes.
Would you, if you were a cop, would you take a bung?
100%.
Would you plant evidence if you're a cop for money?
If I can get the right conviction.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just pretend I didn't know it was there.
Would you be happy being a dirty cop?
Yeah, 100%.
Okay. Marta Shaban and Tony Cascrin bring the Weekend Breakfast Show every Saturday morning from 6 a.m. And you can find all of our shows on the talkSPORT, where you can swipe between talkSPORT and talkSPORT 2. When we come back, as he desperately tries to find the running order, Man City chat. Let me tell you, Haaland's had an awful 2026.
He has. He's struggling, the boy.
Yeah, but why? Man City fans, what's the answer? What do you do tonight? We'll look ahead to a busy night of European football for the English clubs. 0371 722 3344. If you want to have your say, live and drive and talkSPORT after this.
Manchester United legend Nicky Butt has recently come out saying the club must give Bruno Fernandes anything he wants, is the quote, in order to keep him there amid continued links to Saudi Arabia. Fernandes, for me, Gabby, has been absolutely tremendous. He's now just 4 assists off the Premier League record and continues to prove just how important he is to that Manchester United side. He has, mate, you can say what you like, and myself and a few others, I wasn't necessarily happy with him with some of the throwing the hands up and all that stuff. You know, it's probably maybe a more European thing or a foreign thing that they do. And there was things like that you know would probably annoy me a little bit if I was a teammate of his. However, by far and away the most important thing is his ability on the pitch and how he's handled it. And I think he's been, if not the one constant in Manchester United,
100%.
You know, he's been tremendous, mate, hasn't he?
And I'm scared to think where Manchester United would have been over the last 5 years, and especially this season, without Bruno Fernandes. 27 Premier League appearances, Ali, 7 goals, 16 assists.
Wow.
No matter how bad they've been, he's turned up. But I said this in a previous show, Ali, a few months ago. He's 32 in September.
Yep.
He's won 1 FA Cup, 1 League Cup for Manchester United.
Yep.
Could he leave Manchester United one day and look back and say, did I waste my best years at Manchester United? Not because you look at someone like De Bruyne, won it all at Manchester City. Bruno Fernandes, he's that good, deserves to leave the Premier League, winning the Premier League, and also Champions League. For me, he's that good, Ali.
What does Chelsea's punishment mean for Manchester City's 115 charges?
I think this is generally positive for City in terms of its leniency, but I wouldn't read too much into it because, of course, this is a sanction agreement. As to when it's coming, I mean, clearly we are now way over the expectations of all the parties. The last information I had is they have no idea when it's coming.
Football finance expert Stefan Borson there. Our very own Simon Jordan isn't convinced City should be celebrating just yet, though.
This is good and bad for Manchester City. It's good to some extent because it sets a precedent. It's bad if the heat and the noise in the room gets very loud.
Right.
And people start to go, I don't think so, when the heat gets turned up and all of a sudden the focus turns in on it.
City trail Real Madrid by 3-0 heading into tonight's second leg. You can hear Chelsea versus PSG live on talkSPORT tonight from 7. A red bit of good news for Tottenham now. Lucas Bergvall is back in training ahead of their meeting with Atletico Madrid. He's been out for 2 months with an ankle injury. Skipper Christian Romero also returns, but Conor Gallagher was absent from the open training session. You can hear the Spurs game tomorrow night over on talkSPORT 2. Now, FIFA say they will not consider moving Iran's World Cup games from the USA to Mexico. Donald Trump suggested it wouldn't be appropriate for them to turn up for their own life and safety. Craig Bellamy's left Wales captain Aaron Ramsey out of his squad for the upcoming World Cup playoffs. Wales face Bosnia and Herzegovina, and if they win that, Italy or Northern Ireland next. League Two and Fleetwood Town have named Matt Lawler as their new permanent head coach, a caretaker and interim boss over a couple of spells. He says he feels incredibly privileged after 9 years at the club. And after Gerwyn Price seemed to suggest he needed a mental break from darts, Stephen Bunting's told us he doesn't think the schedule is too demanding.
Obviously, I get tired as well. It is a long tour, but it's a rewarding tour as well. So the more you play, the more money you get paid. So it's beneficial to play in.
Well, Matt, to last hour of Champions League Drive and talkSPORT, me, Andy Goldstein Jason Cundy here.
Do you think we'll ever get to a stage where we'll have undersoil heating on roads?
No. Do you? Undersoil heating on roads? What was all that about?
Well, I mean, in 1,000 years' time, I reckon there will be.
Why? Why do you need a warm road? You're driving?
Because then it won't be slippery. The black ice will never exist again.
Oh, I see, okay.
So it's not silly.
No, it's not. You know, there's one country, it might be Germany, where they have got, I'm going to describe this badly, where they've got parts of their road, imagine giant squares, right?
Yeah. How big? What, meters?
Let's say meter squared squares.
Okay.
And they're all on tiny little, like, rubbers, and so they move up and down.
Yeah.
And that creates energy when the car goes over it, and that lights the street lamps.
I've seen that, yeah. They're way ahead of us, mate.
Did I describe that well?
I know exactly what you're talking about because I've seen it, but there are people out there listening to this thing I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah. Okay, well, you're lost. Still to come, Cundy's going to be filling in for Bentley in this week's Clutching at Scores. But right now, are Man City better off without this man tonight?
Here he is again! Left-footed shot is in! That's the one he wanted! Erling Haaland left-footed from the middle of the penalty area, and finally he is a member of the Premier League's 100 club.
They really missed Kevin De Bruyne. Because if you remember, it used to be a De Bruyne Haaland thing. Now Foden was supposed to step up and do this, but he's not in the team anymore. He's basically been dropped.
He's always going to carry that threat. He's always going to occupy two centre-halves because of just it's Haaland. I think you know when Haaland's there, and this is no disrespect to Haaland, but you pretty much know where he's going to be.
Yeah, Man City host Real Madrid in the Champions League tonight with a 3-0 deficit to overturn from that first leg. Erling Haaland, get this. This is damning. just 10 touches in that first game, has scored just 2 goals from open play in his last 18 games for Man City. Let me say that again, 2 goals from open play in his last 18. His teammate Bernardo Silva, he's been speaking to the media. He was asked if he expects to see Haaland starting in the lineup tonight.
Would you personally be shocked if Pep left him out tomorrow evening? And do you think the dressing room would be shocked at that decision if Pep decides to go a different way just for this game?
We wouldn't be shocked with anything, because it's not our job to judge the manager's decision. He gets paid a lot of money to make those decisions, and for us as players, our job is to be ready. And we have a big squad. Anyone is ready to play. Obviously, Erling is a massive player for us, a very important player for us. And in the big games, you need those players. But we have fantastic players everywhere, and no one is irreplaceable.
Can I ask, do you think questions like that should be asked to players? That's like an opinion about a starting lineup. That's not really what press conferences are about, are they? Or are they?
I mean, he got the answer that he wanted. It's a bit of a headline, isn't it? Bernardo Silva saying, but I think he handled it quite well, actually.
You know, he did. But should the questions just be about how's your fitness? How confident are you going into this game?
Maybe. But you know what journalists like? We saw what Tudor had to deal with the other day when he came off. There's all sorts of questions being thrown at.
Yeah.
And it's almost now that they want to get the most shocking answer quote they can get. And I think that like I said, I think Bernardo handled it very well.
He did. Get this for a little stat. Erling Haaland has scored just 7 league goals in the month of March across his time at Dortmund and Man City, right? Let me just say that again. So every time he's played for either Man City or Dortmund, every time the month of March has been about, throughout his career at Man City and Dortmund. So not just this March, whenever March has fallen and he's been playing for Dortmund or City, in total, in all the years he's played for those 2 clubs, in the month of March, in total, if you add up all his goals in March, 7. Now that, you compare that to 25 in August and 21 in September, 18 in April and 13 in May. There's obviously, I don't know why.
Don't know what happens in March.
Isn't that bizarre, though?
It's just one of the, I mean, maybe, I remember when people were talking about Harry Kane. Didn't Harry Kane have like a terrible August? Always just have a terrible August.
Yeah. Was it August?
Early part of the season,
It
anyway.
was, wasn't it? The first month.
He wouldn't score.
You're right.
I don't know whether there's a science behind it or it just happens to be coincidence. The time of year, I'm not sure that it matters a huge amount, because from the stats you just said there, in April and May, he goes through the gears again. So mate, is that what you just gave the stats there, yeah?
Yeah. In April, 25 in August, 21 December, 18 April.
Well, it's this calendar year, isn't it, at the moment? That's where his game seems to have really changed. And I heard in the package there, talking about Kevin De Bruyne, when Haaland's the best way to get him in, for me, is playing balls in behind, because he's so quick and strong. In the early part of his career, there was a couple of goals he scored. It might have been his first.
I know exactly what you're saying.
He played it, and he just uses that huge frame. I don't see him running onto those balls anymore as often.
No, they're not coming.
And they made the point about Kevin De Bruyne. Clearly, there's a real telepathy between him and De Bruyne. And in the first game ever I saw him play in England was the Community Shield, and he missed an absolute sitter. Do you remember that? And everyone's going, oh, he's, you know.
No, I don't remember that.
I can't remember his game. But that was his first game I saw him. But then weeks later, De Bruyne was finding him, and he was running into that space. Foden is probably the next in line that plays those balls. Now, he's got in behind him Nico O'Reilly. He's a different type of support.
Totally.
And you know, you want to play to your strengths. People talk about Erling Haaland's his hold-up play. He actually isn't bad. He's not brilliant. He ain't a Kane. But his hold-up play can be very good and very effective.
But that's not his game.
No, it's not. But he wants to be on the shoulders of centre-halves, and he wants grass in behind.
Totally.
And if there's no grass in behind, it's sometimes difficult to get him in the game, especially when Man City have not been great of late.
No.
And I think that's probably coincided with the fact that they're struggling a little bit. They're not quite at the levels they were under De Bruyne when he first came to and he got to the 100 club in record time.
Yeah.
So he will come good again. There's no doubt about that. But what are his strengths? Running in behind. That goal he scored against Arsenal, I heard Benchy talking about it the other day. You know, that grass, he eats up grass for fun.
Well, let me ask you this. Like, Marmoush has not been bad when he's playing.
No, he's done right. Yeah.
If he's not scoring, does Haaland offer much more? Do you?
I mean, he can be a little bit anonymous. Yeah, I agree with that.
But I mean, I think it's a crazy world to think we could see a Man City side start with a fit Haaland on the bench.
But all strikers need service. Every single striker needs service.
You look at Harry Kane, right? If he's not getting it, he'll go and get it himself.
Yeah, but Harry Kane's a one-off like that. There's not many centre forwards that, in terms of that. Wayne Rooney could do it.
What about Aguero? I can't really remember.
Aguero was not that kind of drop in, and he was one of those on the shoulder.
You're right. Okay,
but those type of centre forwards. Harry Kane is the most all-round centre forward in world football. He can play a 10. He might even play midfield one day when he's starts. Because he's that good. His range of passing is that good, and he can still go and arrive. Haaland's not that player. What are his strengths? Strengths are pace, running in behind, balls into the box. Now, if you're not delivering any one of those two, if you're not doing any one of those, chances are you're not going to get the best out of Haaland.
So if that's the way Man City are playing, it's more Man City's problem than Haaland's, right?
Well, if you're Haaland, you'll be looking around saying, my record is there to be shot at, right? You ever look at my record? Have a look at the type of goals I can score. Because he can.
Isn't that down to Pep then, to make sure he's getting that supply?
Absolutely. Completely. But the support around him has got to be to get the best out of Haaland.
Yeah.
And I'm not sure that setup right now is conducive to getting the best out of Haaland. Getting balls in the box. Honestly, he's so good in the air. His movement is so good. His anticipation as well. Is he getting those chances?
Let me ask you, they've got other players. I mentioned Mamouche. They've got...
listen, they need to score tonight.
They've got Semenyo, right? There's other players. Do you think, because they've got other players that like scoring goals and want to score goals, he's getting less of the ball? Because they're thinking, well, I'm not going to... If I'm in on goal, I'm not going to square it. I'm not going to palm. I'm going to lay you in. I'm going to try and score myself.
But they've always had those type of players, City.
Yeah.
They've always had those...
I'm just trying to work out what the problem is that he's not scoring goals.
Well, I just look back, in my mind's eye, I can see Erling Haaland scoring goals, running in behind. I think it was a West Ham goal he scored like that, Palace goal. He just brushes them aside.
Yeah.
Those passes got to be weighted, measured, and there needs to be, I make the run, and the pass is going to come.
Okay, they need 3 goals, at least 3 tonight.
Yes.
Does he start for you? Not. Do you think Pep will? I'll ask you that in a minute. If you were picking the team,
you're asking one of you need 3 goals, and you're not going to play your. Unless Pep has got a plan, and Pep can always come up with something. Sometimes he overthinks it.
I was going to say sometimes it doesn't work.
But you saying now that bringing Haaland off the bench is going to be a good move?
No, I would. If Haaland's fit, he plays. In my world,
in my world as well.
He's one of the best strikers I've ever seen in the Premier League.
Yeah.
So if he's going through a barren spell, it doesn't really matter.
Which all strikers do.
Yeah,
they all do. They all have patches where they don't quite hit the straps, or they may have a little injury, or the teams that set up may there's all of these things that I've got to consider. But I whenever I think about Haaland, I don't see those runs in behind and that ball being found at his feet.
Okay, so we'll put it out to Man City fans. What I'm really keen to see, actually, because I find this a lot, I'm sure you get it with Jamie on Sports Bar, is we'll talk about a certain player that we don't see week in, week out.
Yeah.
And then a fan, in this case a Man City fan, will find out and go, mate, listen, he's been like this for the last 8 weeks.
Yeah.
I'm dropping him because they see a different game. If you go every week, if you're a season ticket holder, you go every week, you see a different Haaland to the one we were, right?
Yeah.
So Man City fans and football fans, but I'm really keen to hear from City fans that see Haaland week in, week out. Is there any argument to suggest that maybe he would be better coming off the bench tonight? All right? You've seen him more than I have.
Mm-hmm.
I say it's bonkers. You say it's bonkers.
I just think you need 3 goals. You're leaving.
It's nuts. I agree.
Yeah.
I agree. But maybe City fans.
But they've got to get. It's one thing saying that, but if he doesn't get the service that every striker needs, then he's going to be.
That's right.
Isolated again. He's just going to be.
Should Haaland be dropped against Madrid tonight? Should he start on the bench? 03717223344. City fans, if you watch him week in, week out, I would love to hear from you right after this live drive on talkSPORT.
I mean, many notes of caution coming in at this stage. Sam Thierry Henry, he was saying, I was there when Rooney did it, and when someone told me he was going to have the career that he had, I would have said, well, maybe. He says, it's a challenge not just for Arsenal, but for English football. Let's not get overexcited. I mean, there's an element of, hang on. Let's just be careful with this boy.
Yeah, I mean, you should be careful with all young players. I mean, ironically, they've got another kid coming through in the under-13s called Luis Muniz, who's potentially even better than Max Dellman. They've got a conveyor belt of these kids coming out of Arsenal for some reason or another. But insofar as he is concerned, listen, he is. If they can shut out the background noise, I mean, I saw his father having a go at a coach, and it seems to me that there's a very strong family unit, as there was a strong family unit around Jude Bellingham.
Yeah.
So if you can get the right people around you, the biggest challenge for this kid is that he is not distracted from his football and does not have the wrong voices around him that are creating chaos between him and the club, him and opportunities commercially, and all that sort of stuff. Get him wrapped around the right sort of people. He's in a big club. One of the best things of being a good player in a big club is that big clubs don't... If you're a young player, it's a superstar in a smaller club. I had it with Victor Moses. I had it with other players that were really significant players. And there's always the bigger clubs are circling around. There ain't many bigger clubs than Arsenal. So with due respect, they've got him in the right space because they're a big football club, so there's no necessity for him to leave that football club. I know we've seen Cole Palmer leave at early stage in his development to go to Chelsea because he couldn't get the opportunities.
Yeah.
Downman's already in the side, and given the way he plays and given the ability he has and given the fact they're already looking to him to go and affect games, it bodes well for him.
Hello and welcome to talkSPORT Goals. We're taking you through what should be another busy day of football. Chance to win it!
We don't need to do that, guys.
I'm going to owe you an apology.
How would you get to that conclusion?
That's a weak mentality.
Oh, get out of it.
Do you like this tune? You know, this is from Piranha 3D, isn't it?
Piranha.
You've seen Piranha?
I've seen the first one.
Have you seen the Piranha 3 in 3D?
No.
It's not what I've seen.
Is it not?
No.
They come out like try and bite you. Is that what it looks like?
Yeah.
Are piranhas as vicious as everyone says?
I don't think they are, mate, actually. I think if they've not eaten for a long, long time, they're hungry.
Yeah.
But if you got a bowl of piranhas, I could sit in it and it wouldn't go for me.
I don't know where. Yeah, I mean, why don't they eat one another then? That's the question I would ask. Do they eat one another?
That's a great question.
Why don't piranhas just start eating one another?
I don't know. That's unbelievable. If you're hungry, eat your mate. That's a good tagline, isn't it? Still to come, Cundy will be filling in for Bentley in this week's Clutching at Scores. Should we go straight to the phone lines? Talking about Haaland, should he be dropped against Madrid tonight? Thanks. Lee's a Man City fan. Lee?
What, Lee?
Yeah, chap. We all right?
You're good, man. How are you?
Yeah, I'm really good, thank you. Yeah, not too bad. Bit nervous about tonight, but we're not too bad.
Okay. Do you watch Haaland every week? Do you go? You got a season ticket?
I got a season ticket, season ticket all the way to
Okay,
City,
so you see him much more than we do. What's your view on why he's not scoring goals or as many goals as he has done in the past, and what would you do with him tonight?
Well, there's a few things in it, and Cundy, you may or may not remember, a couple of years ago, actually, I spoke to you and Jamie on the sports bar, and I kind of made this point then, and I said, the problem that we've got is we've got one of the most lethal strikers in the world, but we don't play to his strengths, and then when we need him to play to our strengths as a team during critical points of the season, he's also not doing it. And it's continued and continued year after year. So, Andy, you just pointed out his goal record after Christmas completely dries up. And that tends to be when teams are starting to get a little bit tighter. Everybody's got something to play for. Teams are coming all of a sudden. And whereas earlier on in the season, everybody's full of hope and coming and having a go, and you've got room to run in behind the back, that's when he's dangerous. We get to this stage of the season and we're at we're playing the best defences. And all of a sudden, what we start to see is Haaland's goals dry up. The problem for me is he looks dejected. He looks like he doesn't actually feel like he's going to get the ball anymore. So if you watch his games in the last couple of weeks, and probably the last few months, he's not making those runs in behind anymore because he knows he's not getting it. And when it's like that, fellas, it's like playing with 10 men. Not his fault. Not his fault. It's the team's fault. It's the setup. But it's like playing with 10 men. And we actually end up playing better when he's not in the team.
So, okay, with all that in mind, you need 3 goals tonight. What would you do if you were in charge?
If it was me, Andy, I wouldn't play Haaland. I wouldn't.
Wow.
Because I think he'd be better off coming on later on if we're going to use him. But I think we play better football with 11 men playing the system that Pep wants to play without him in the team. And I've said it for years, if I'm honest with you. I don't think...
I know, but isn't that Pep's job? And I know Pep comes up with, the false number 9, what he did when Aguero was out, but we'd see different players playing. He still went on to go and win the title. Isn't it his job to get the best out, as you said, one of the most lethal marksmen in world football? I don't know whether the support around him... Why has Foden found himself where he has at this stage of the season?
I think Foden's got a different problem, and I think Foden's... I don't think that's to do with the way that the team's playing. I don't think it's to do with the way that Pep wants him to play. I think Foden himself has got issues that's meaning that he's not. He's had a terrible year again. Last year he really went off the boil. Ever since the World Cup, actually. Was it the World Cup or the Euro?
But he started the season like a train.
Only the first few weeks.
Well, I thought it went on longer than that, but it felt like it went on longer than that. But he can't get himself in the team. I'm looking at the lineup they had in the Bernabeu last week, right?
Yeah.
It says here they've gone like a 2-up, like a 4-1-3-2, right? With Semenyo up top as well.
Yeah.
Bernardo Silva's in behind. Doku one side, Slovenia the other. I just wonder whether the setup... is that his partner up top, Semenyo? Is that what we're going to do tonight? Or does he bring him a moosh?
Lee, thanks for your call. Let's go to Reg, also a Man City fan. Hi, Reg.
Hi, mate.
Hi, Reg.
Oh, you just heard a fellow Man City fan say he'd leave Haaland on the bench tonight. What do you make of that?
Yeah, I can now see where he's coming from.
Okay,
I was saying to the guy on the phone I was speaking to before I came on. Haaland, it's not a thing for every season. Haaland drops off in the second half of the year. It's not like the first time. It's not a surprise to us. The only time he's maintained it really was a treble season, because every year we're saying the same thing. You play the first half of the season, Haaland's going to hit 50, 60 goals this year. Second half of the year, we're like, well, what happened? But it's always been the case. But I agree with Jason. The team we play doesn't help Haaland. We're playing Semenyo, Marmoush. They can't dribble. They can't dribble a ball. Marmoush has got a touch of a baby elephant. He's unbelievable watching him. But if you get him in on goal, those two can score. So the problem we've got is you've got Doku and Savinho who can take on a man like no one, but they've got no end product. And then you've got Marmoush and Semenyo can't take a man on, but if you get him in the box, they'll score. And I think it's the same thing with West Ham. I think he's played that team, and I'm thinking, what's going on? Because it's Nuno. He's going to play 5 at the back, and we need people that can break a team down. The only reason I could think he's played that team is because Marmoush can hit one from outside the box. But he needs to change something, because Doku can put a ball in, Savinho can put a ball in. Do
you think they do it early enough, in particular Doku? I just wonder whether Doku chops and if you get half a yard, put the ball in the box.
Yeah, it's like with the hard thing with us with Doku is it's like he does that little shimmy with his leg, and sometimes he'll be in, and it's like in his head he's going.
You only need half a yard
before I can pass it.
David Beckham never beat a player with his pace. Move the ball cross. That's what Beckham used. And I just wonder whether Doku get half a yard, put the ball in the box.
But his game is to beat a man.
Yeah, but sometimes. Sorry, go on, Andy.
He's in. Yeah. Sometimes he's in, and he'll be like, I'll be sat in the stands going, pass it, shoot, and he'll do one more, and it's like you don't have to do what.
Yeah, I see that.
You beat a player once.
Just do, get the man beat and pass it in. It's like it's the same as the Madrid last game. I don't get. Again, playing those fullbacks, I don't understand it because we all knew he's going to play Trent right back and Doku's going to make a mess of him all game, and Valverde is going to cover him. There was a point in that game where Doku went round him, and he's almost like Valverde said to Trent, "Get out of my way, I'm going to sort it," and he put it out for a cross. And I think if you're playing Aït-Nouri, Doku's got an option then. If he takes the man on, Aït-Nouri's going to be sat on the edge of the box.
Reg,
but then you play Kusanov and they don't come forward.
Reg, I've got to let you go. You've been a wonderful caller. Before I do, what will the score be tonight?
To be honest, mate, I'm a bit optimistic, so I think we win 3-0 and then we lose on penalties.
God. Do you know, isn't that amazing that fans get this? When I get to Stamford Bridge tonight, all right, there is the delusion about fans but you've got to go there with hope. You've got to go with the belief. You absolutely have to.
Let me ask you this. Go with your heart just for this answer. What will the score be, Chelsea, tonight?
Well, my heart...
Sorry, with your head. With your head, sorry.
My heart.
Yeah, no, with your head.
We win 2-1.
So you win, but you're out. Okay.
I think we can beat them, but I think we'll concede.
Okay. Still to come, we'll have team news ahead of a busy night of Champions League football. First, it's time for the last no Googling of the day. We want to know what was the last Champions League final where the two managers were from the same nation. That's a wonderful question.
Say that again. The Champions League final?
What was the last Champions League final where both managers from the same country? It's good, isn't it?
Is it Spanish?
I'm not going to... That would be a clue, wouldn't it? No. All right.
Still a clue.
It is. Yeah, it's not. The answer to that, team news, end of show quiz, and clutching at scores, all coming up in the last 30 minutes.
Ruben Amorim was a winning manager, but clearly not the right fit for Man United, irrespective of the fact he was a European winning manager because he won the Portuguese league.
Right.
So I'm kind of with Roy, but
you're with Roy in a certain way. I mean, he's not doing anything to rule himself out of contention.
No, I know, but also what Roy's picture is trying to extrapolate it. And I know there's a lot of cachet around Steve Holland and so on and so forth, but he was part of the England setup that flattered to deceive, that didn't win anything when they could have done. So whilst he might be an excellent coach, we're still looking at a bunch of people, with respect to being Michael Carrick being an elite footballer, that as from a management point of view, have got what on their resume? So it's part of the conversation, not the only part of it. But if Carrick goes to the end of the season and United finish third, or even, dare I say it, catch City and finish second, then there's going to be a clamour of people suggesting that he's proven himself, that he's had 18, 19 games, and out of that 18, 19 games, or however many he's had, he's done X, Y, Z. I mean, they are far better for him being there, but that's because common sense has prevailed. You haven't got a manager that seems to want to riddle himself into cul-de-sacs and play a group of players that can't play the way he wants them to play. You've got a manager that's ultimately under no real pressure, because everyone thinks that United were. The pressure will come now. Now United are third. Now the pressure's now because everyone's going to expect. United fans are going to go, you better finish inside the top 4 now because you're there now.
But yeah, I take on board what Simon's saying, Martin. But if he secures Champions League football for United, what exactly is going to rule him out?
Yeah,
What's going to rule him
I get it. I do. Roy's a respected voice, and I do take the point that this group, pretty well the same group of players, finished quite low down the table.
Cricket balls are red, baseballs are white, American footballs are brown, and tennis balls are yellow. We don't even think about it really, but the story behind the tennis ball is actually quite interesting and even involves Sir David Attenborough. I know, here's the tale. Tennis has its roots in 12th century France when people used to make balls from all sorts. Cork, wool, chalk, animal fur and even human hair. Uniformity was found centuries later when people started making balls out of something called vulcanized rubber, invented in the US. But the balls kept on breaking, so a British lawyer, who also loved tennis, suggested they put a flannel covering on the outside, and thus the tennis ball as we know it was born. One problem, it was either white or black. And when the controller of BBC Two, Sir David Attenborough, decided Wimbledon would be shown in colour on the BBC in 1967, no one could actually see the balls on telly. So the International Tennis Federation went away and created a new colour called Optic Yellow, which would show up without the need for a 4K LED display. Not that anyone had that in the 1960s, of course. Since then, all tennis balls have been covered in that material and have their trademark colour for that exact reason. Amateur tennis players and dogs worldwide are forever grateful. You could say the ITF aced it.
Bet you can't name this. Bet you can't name this movie.
Yeah, I can.
Bet you can't.
Hairspray.
Okay, you've seen Hairspray, have you?
Yeah, it's a great
You're
film.
a fan of that?
Yeah, yeah, it's a good film, mate.
Do you know why it's called Hairspray?
Yeah.
Good. And for the very ask and no Googling question. What was the last Champions League final where both managers were from the same country?
What's their nationality?
German.
Is it Dortmund at Wembley? Bayern Munich? Bayern Munich versus Dortmund?
No.
I don't know what it is.
No, because I didn't say the clubs were from the same country, did I?
Well, that could have happened, though.
Yeah, it could have. Bayern Munich against PSG. Hansi Flick and Thomas Tuchel.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
You know that? What year was that? I'll give you 100 points if you get that right.
That was 2020.
Correct.
Hold on. No.
Correct.
I've not finished.
No, you have, because that's the answer.
I haven't finished yet.
Okay.
I finished now.
Yeah, 2021. For us at 7, Adrian Damo's live coverage of Arsenal against Leverkusen in the Champions League. 1-1 from the first leg. Former Republic of Ireland captain Andy Townsend will be your co-commentator for that one. Would you believe it? The legend that... I thought we had Adrian Durham. Andy Townsend joins us now. Andy, good evening to you.
Good evening,
All right, Beaky.
Andy. Evening, Jace.
Hello,
How
mate.
we doing, guys?
All right,
You
bud.
good?
Sunshine, are you all right? You well?
I'm very good, thank you, mate. Very good. Looking forward to this tonight. Looking forward to a lot of the games, actually. But I'm going to be with Jim Proudfoot here at the Emirates. Really looking forward to this one because it's a tight game.
I was going to say, I think it's such a tough game to call because, of course, Arsenal, they're at home for the second leg, so, you know, home advantage, etc. But Leverkusen, from the first leg, Leverkusen, they don't look like... Well, I thought they were going to be not a pushover, but a comfortable game for Arsenal first time round, but it was anything but that. I think this could go any manner of ways tonight. There could be lots of goals. It could be goalless. Arsenal could go out. They could go through. I have no idea how to call this one.
Yep, very, very true. And, I mean, look, they've drawn a lot of games recently, Leverkusen. Two ways you look at that. You either think, one, are they a bit negative, perhaps, or are they just very hard to beat? And I think they're the latter, personally. I think they're a tough team to overcome, and I don't think this is going to be easy by any stretch for Arsenal. I don't think they'll be expecting that. I would anticipate the teams are coming in very soon. Jim will be giving you the teams when they're in, but I would imagine the Arsenal team is going to be as strong as they can go. I really do.
How do you expect them to line up, Beaky? What do you reckon they're...
I mean, again, Jace, I mean, look, I think the million-dollar question is probably with regards to Max Dowman.
Right.
You know, it's... I mean, what he did at the weekend was absolutely spectacular. And I really, really don't know. I know that Yuri Timber's not available.
Right.
So they've got to do a bit of shuffling around in that particular position. Mosquera probably will come in there. But they've got... Listen, Arsenal do have the bodies to cope. They do have the personnel that can slot in and make sure that they still get the job done properly. But thinking Patrick Schick will probably return for Leverkusen tonight. We think he'll be playing up front. I mean, he made the difference for them in their playoff game against Olympiacos, where he scored a couple in the first leg, which was what was required. He's very, very good. He's useful. So again, I think all round this is not a straightforward game for Arsenal. Far from it.
I want to move on. Get your views on Chelsea and Man City. Before I do, what will the score be tonight? Who's going through? Arsenal, Leverkusen.
I think Arsenal will do it,
Okay.
but I think most of their games just lately have been tight. So I would imagine tonight more of the same. I think 2-1 on the night, Arsenal.
Okay. A quick word about Chelsea against PSG. 5-2 down from the first leg. Cundy thinks they've got a chance if they score. If Chelsea score the first 6 goals, they've got a chance.
You've got to score the first 3, B.
Yeah. Listen, I can't make a case for them. I can't see it. I think it's just too many. Look. As we speak, Sporting have scored one. They've scored the first goal against Bodo Glimt. They were 3 behind. They've now just coming up to half time. Maybe if they nick another one, they're going to find they're right back in it. It can happen. I've witnessed over the last 20 odd years of watching these Champions League matches. Been very privileged, but I've seen so many incredible, bizarre matches involving the very biggest and best teams. So take nothing for granted tonight. I think Chelsea. I don't believe Chelsea will do it, but they've got to believe they can do it. They've got to believe if they score first before half time, and who knows?
I think that's it. You know, they've got to get the crowd behind you, because if they do score the first goal, PSG, that is all hope and the ground will be flat. If we do get the first one, it gives you hope, and I think that's what the crowd are going to have to try and cling on to. Hope. It's highly unlikely, but not impossible.
Andy, do you think it comes down to whether or not Chelsea respect the ball enough?
Mate, what was all that about? Come on.
Respect the ball.
What's the respecting the ball? Respect the ball. Boot the ball straight out of ground. Then I respect it. You know, I listen. I don't know what the game is. A very different one, shall I say, to the one that I used to operate in, and Jason did. But listen, I'm looking forward to that. Hopefully, our teams are going to do well.
Okay.
Because it's not easy. The position. I'm saying for Man City, they've got to believe. Look, I tell you what, if they score first in the first half an hour, I fancy that one more than the Chelsea one.
I agree with that.
Potentially. I think PSG are a class act, despite not being quite as brilliant as they were a year ago. I still think when they're on it, they're very, very difficult to stop. So that'll be an extraordinary result for Chelsea.
Chelsea, PSG, who goes through?
That'll be PSG.
And Man City against Real Madrid, who goes through?
I'll say Real Madrid. So I have to believe that'll happen as well, I'm afraid. So fingers crossed for the Gunners tonight that they get it sorted, and Liverpool as well.
Well, look, you're on CoCom's duty, so respect the microphone tonight, all right?
I will respect the mic. I'll respect everything I can see around me.
Good.
Jimbo and Declan and everybody here.
Good. Good to hear. Superstars, always.
Ta-da,
Thanks,
boys.
man.
Be good.
Good work, as always. A reminder, of course, after a busy night of football, the Sports Bar minus Jason Cundy. Who's stepping in for you tonight?
I
don't care.
A pennant, apparently. Just been told.
Pennant.
JP.
Okay, who told you that?
Someone.
Just Joe. Oh, Jack. Oh, I wouldn't trust Jack.
No, she got the
oh, my goodness. Right, time now to look ahead to all the week's European action with our friends at Enterprise Rent-A-Car.
European football preview on talkSPORT with Enterprise Rent-A-Car. Whatever it is, we're here for it.
And that, of course, means it's time for this.
Clutching at scores on Champions League Drive.
Yes, this is our feature Clutching at Scores, where every week on Drive, Bentley and I have been picking 3 games from that week's fixtures to predict the score of. If we correctly predict the result of the game, we'll get a point. If we get the score bang on the money, we'll bag ourselves a massive 3 points. Throughout the season, we'll be tallying up our score until we have a winner. Okay. Now, last time out, Bentley picked up 3 points, annoyingly, with 3 correct results, whilst I picked up just 1 point. Currently, the score between me and he is very close now. Okay. He was running away with it for a bit. AG, that's me, 21. Mm-hmm. DB, who you're representing, 23.
Okay, so it's tight.
It's very tight.
I can see that, yeah. Okay.
So, time to pick our 3 games from either tonight or tomorrow's football. Mm-hmm. All right, this does count. All right, if you annoyingly get 3 or 4 bang on the money.
Okay, well, I want to help Benty out. That's my job today.
Okay, well, not 4, obviously 3. So, we'll do it alternate. So, who's the first game? What's the score?
Barca Newcastle.
Hold on, Barca. That's my first game as well, so that'll be interesting.
Okay.
What do you think the score will be and why?
Barca 2, Newcastle 1.
Okay. I've gone for Barca 3, Newcastle 1.
I just changed it from 2 to 1. I just had 3. I changed.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, not because you said that. I just thought.
Yeah, I saw you change it before. Yeah. Okay, so we're both at Newcastle round.
Okay.
All right. Next game, who you got?
Bayern versus Atalanta.
I haven't got that one.
All right, okay. Well, I'm allowed to choose Bayern.
What Bayern are massively in front of that one, aren't they?
They are. They're 6-1 up.
Okay.
6-1?
See, I think it's difficult to predict a result on the night when a team's got such a big lead because it's like they don't need goals.
Well, I don't think it's difficult.
Okay. Well, that's why you picked it. Yeah, what are you gone for?
I've gone 3-0 Bayern.
All right.
I think it will be. I think the Atalanta will go there. The tie is over. I mean, if there is one tie that's over, this is it.
Yeah.
All right. And I still think Bayern will have too much. Atalanta will be down to their luck.
Okay.
Just see Bayern.
I've gone for Liverpool against Galatasaray.
Oh, I've gone for that's my final game.
Okay. Well, I'll move on to that one last.
Okay.
So my second game now is Spurs against Atletico.
Okay.
I've gone for Spurs 1, Atletico 2.
I can see that.
I think it'll be quite a tight game. Quite a quiet game as well. But I think Spurs will lose that. And the last one's Liverpool Galatasaray. Both gone for that. Who have you gone for?
I've gone Liverpool 2, Galatasaray 1.
I've gone the other way round.
Oh, I've gone extra time in this one.
Oh, is it, Joe? Is it 90 minutes? This one? It is 90 minutes.
So I just feel that could go to extra time at Anfield.
What's the score at the moment? 1-1.
1-0.
Oh, well, 1-0 down, aren't they?
Yeah, 1-0 down. Yeah.
So it will be extra time.
Yeah, that's why I've done it.
Okay, so you're going to go Liverpool 2-1.
Yep.
And I've gone Liverpool 1-2.
Yep.
Right. Let's just recap them. I've gone Barca Newcastle 3-1, Liverpool Galatasaray 1-2, and Spurs Atletico 1-2.
Barca 2, Newcastle 1, Bayern 3, Atalanta 0, Liverpool 2, Galatasaray 1.
Good. That was a look at today's European action with our friends at Enterprise Rent-A-Car. Whatever it is, they're here for it.
European football preview on talkSPORT with Enterprise Rent-A-Car. Here for it. Book now at enterprise.co.uk.
Lots of football matches happening live across the talkSPORT network, and that means lots of team news coming up live on Drive after this.
Cundy is getting it tonight. A shocking week for the Chelsea.
What do you mean?
Pumped. They got slapped by PSG.
What do you mean?
Got slapped by Newcastle. And then got slapped with a transfer ban.
What do you mean?
It's been a slapping week. Slap, 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 slap. Chelsea, slap. Get your calls in, you want to have your say. 03 717 22 33 44.
Do you know what's amazing? Before the game, it wasn't me. We had a meeting with the referee. My assistant goes in. The first thing he talks about is our huddle.
Chelsea 0, Newcastle 1. It's just one straight long pass through the middle. It really is awful defending from Chelsea. And when Murphy lays the ball off, there is Anthony Gordon literally to walk the ball home.
My players made a decision that they wanted to be around the ball, to respect the ball.
What signs have you seen?
I've seen signs.
What signs?
Encouraging signs.
What's happening?
Hello, mate.
How are you?
I'm all right. I've had better weeks.
Yeah? What happened?
Not gonna lie.
What happened?
Do you know when you know things are bad? Is where Spurs pick up a point and got beat by 5-2 in the middle.
Don't worry about me, mate.
You lot have had a better week than Chelsea.
Don't worry about us. What happened at Chelsea,
That's
mate?
when you know things are bad.
What's happened?
You know, it happens, mate. Bad weeks happen.
No.
That's a bad week.
Hello and welcome to talkSPORT Goals. We're taking you through what should be another busy day of football. Chance to win it!
We don't need to do that, guys.
I'm going to owe you an apology.
How would you get to that conclusion?
That's a weak mentality.
Oh, get out of it.
I love Shrek, one of my favourite films.
Film, mate. Good.
You are listening to Champions League Drive on talkSPORT. Me, Andy Goldstein, Jason Cundy. From us at 7. Adrian Durham hosts live coverage of Arsenal against Leverkusen in the Champions League. Team news for that one is in. Jim Proudfoot can tell us more. Jim, good evening.
Andy, good evening to you. Well, there's been so much hype surrounding Max Damon since his record-breaking contribution here on Saturday. He's on the bench tonight rather than being thrown straight in, as was widely expected. Mikel Arteta's other big decision has been who to play at right back in the absence of the injured Jurrien Timber. It's Ben White who gets the nod, rather than Christian Mosquera. All told, there are 4 changes to the side that beat Everton. Nkapie, who's on loan from Leverkusen, replaces Calafiori. Trossard is back from injury, and he's in for Madueke, with Gyökeres leading the line in place of Kai Havertz up front. So it's Raya in goal, White, Saliba, Gabriel and Nkapie, Zubimendi and Rice, Saka, Eza, Trossard and Havertz. Leverkusen made 4 changes from the first leg for Saturday's draw with Bayern Munich. The side picked tonight is the same 11 that held the Gunners last week. Blasvik in goal, Kwanzaa, Andrik and Tabsoba, Poku, Palacios, Garcia and Grimaldo, Terrier and Mazza, and Kafan leading the line rather than Patrick Schick. As you know, 1-1 from the first leg. Sporting Alberta Glimt waiting for the winners in the quarter-final. And we kick off at 8 with the whole game live on talkSPORT.
Thanks, Jim. Over on talkSPORT 2, Chelsea host PSG. Ian Danta has team news ahead of that one. Dance, good evening.
Evening to you, boys. Well, Jason might be able to tell me how the back four lines up for Chelsea tonight, because there are 4 changes from the defeat to Newcastle here at the weekend. Gusto and Fofana are not in the starting lineup. James has his hamstring injury and Garnacho makes way. Neto, Andre Santos, Hato and Sarr come in. So Sanchez in goal. It looks, although Jason might want to tell me different, that it's Hato, Sarr, Chalobah and Cucurella in a back four. Santos and Caicedo holding, and then Palmer, Enzo Fernandez and Neto behind João Pedro. Just one change for Paris Saint-Germain from the first leg victory. They didn't play at the weekend, they got a rest, and Kvaratskhelia, the guy that came on and got an assist and 2 goals, comes into the side for Doué. So Safonov is the goalkeeper, Hakimi, Marquinhos, Pacha and Mendes as the back four, Zaire Emery, Vitinha and João Neves in midfield, Kvaratskhelia, Dembele and Barcola in attack. At Stamford Bridge, live on talkSPORT 2, Chelsea taking on Paris Saint-Germain.
Jay, do you want to just confirm that?
So there's 3 centre-halves?
Yeah, it seems to be. I mean, although Chalobah's played at right-back, I seem to remember in the dim and distant past, but I'm not sure whether
Gusto on the bench?
Gusto, I haven't got the bench. Oh, yeah, Gusto is not on the bench, no. So the bench is 2 goalkeepers, Tosin, Delap, Fofana, Achiampong, Guiu, Estevao, who's fit, Lavia Garnacho, and a couple of lads from the academy.
I expect him to go 4 at the back, but there is a suggestion, just look at that, it might be a 3 potentially, but I'll be surprised if he does that.
Who would your 4 at the back be?
It's going to have to be Trevor, Sarr, Hato and Cucurella. They're the back.
So Chalobah right back. Yeah, it's an educated guess.
Yeah,
that.
Same here, matey. Same here. Yeah.
That's your superstar. Enjoy the game. Thanks for that. Finally, Man City host Real Madrid. Team news for that one. As Mickey Gray can tell us more. Mickey, good evening to you.
Hi lads, yeah, quadruple chasing City have given themselves a mountain to climb in this second leg round of 16 Champions League tie after their 3-0 humbling in the Bernabeu last Wednesday to Real Madrid. Well, we expected changes from Pep Guardiola from the reverse fixture, and there are 4. Núñez, Aït-Nouri, Reinders and Shirky all start. Missing out is Gay, O'Reilly, Savinho and Semenyo. It's done a rubbering goal with a back four of Núñez, Diaz, Kusanov and Aït-Nouri. Rodri holding with Cherki, Silva, Reinders and Doku in behind Erling Haaland. Kylian Mbappe and Jude Bellingham travelled with Madrid squad after missing their first leg against City. Mbappe is fit, but only for the bench. It's one change for Madrid. Mendy is out and Fran Garcia comes in. It's Courtois in goal. Trent Alexander-Arnold with Rudiger, Huysen and Garcia as a back four. Gula, Tchouaméni and Pitarch and Valverde in midfield. Vinicius and Diaz up front. From the Etihad, it's Manchester City against Real Madrid.
Thanks, Mickey. Semenyo and Gurhi both on the bench for Man City. I would start, I mean, what do I know? I'd start both, wouldn't you?
Yeah, we spoke, didn't we, about trying to get it right up top. Maybe he's the full guy, Semenyo.
Okay.
Mark Gay missing out's interesting.
A reminder, of course, a busy night on talkSPORT. We've got all the games across the talkSPORT network and the boys on the Sports Bar. We take your calls from around about 10:15. Guess who's in the studio? Bill?
Yeah, great. You?
Don't care, mate.
Got under the weather today, actually.
What?
Got a bit of a migraine.
Oh yeah, how's your migraine going? You had migraine.
No, he was having.
How is it?
He was having a moan up earlier, saying he's
gone.
No, it's not gone.
He's turned to ticket down.
Yeah, well done for carrying on like a soldier.
Cheers.
You going tonight? You see your Chelsea team?
No, I'm not.
Because you got migraine?
Yeah.
Is that the reason?
Yeah.
Too much noise?
Yeah, it's too loud.
Oh dear, okay.
Scary.
All right, let's carry on.
Yep.
I'll be honest with you, actually. I don't care. It makes no difference in my world.
Do you know what we'll do?
I do care, Bill. Yeah, I'd love to know what you
you boys are the hosts of 21 Minutes to Go. Have you,
the podcast?
You mentioned that?
Yeah, free to download.
That's the one.
Yeah.
This week, by the way, if you download it, Jason will buy you a free Rolls Royce.
Rolls. No, I said rolls.
Oh, rolls.
Yeah, some rolls.
Some rolls, okay.
Baps.
My mistake. Yes, we are.
The quiz is about 21.
Oh, this is good. Okay, well done. Good idea, this.
Andy, do you want to go first? Or
well, I've known Jay for a long time. Okay, yeah, of course, yeah, me.
Blackjack is a card game where players must get as close to 21 as they can.
Yeah.
But is this fact true or false? Every time you shuffle a deck of cards, it's almost certain that the resulting order has never existed before.
That is true. That's one of my favourite facts in life. That's true.
He told you that. I think he's
We're
told
not telling that.
I don't know whether that's
Billy
true,
that.
mate.
You might
That
have
is true.
You might have told me that.
I don't know whether that's true.
No, well, I'm telling you, it's true, and Billy's going to
What,
confirm
in the
that.
history of cards?
That order of card has never been.
In the history of cards?
Yeah.
Nah, I don't believe it.
It is true.
It's
but
not true.
I don't know how you check that.
No, it's
Well, it's
not.
probability in it. It's like 54 times 53. How many? 52 times 51 times 50 times. You just go, and your answer is the probability of how many times.
I know, but throughout the history of cards, so we're talking thousands, over 1,000 years. Rubbish.
You're arguing with math.
Rubbish.
You're arguing with Brian Cox. Argue with Cox.
Cundy, sticking on the card theme.
Yep.
What's the world record for the biggest ever house of cards?
Great question.
In metres.
What, without any glue? Must be
I
without
guess
any
so,
glue.
yeah.
Have I got any wiggle room?
I can give you options or wiggle room.
What is it in metres?
Yeah.
I'll give you 10 metres wiggle room.
Give me the options.
No, I'm not giving you 10 metres then. Go on, have a go. What would your automatic
I
guess
would
be?
go for metres. I would go. It can't.
You need to say something.
9.
10.
That's unbelievable. I'll give it.
Wiggle room of a metre.
Yeah, I'll give you that. Well done.
Not bad.
Yeah.
Andy, hitting the age of 21 in the US allows you to drink.
Great.
But what is the record for the most beers drank in one sitting?
By one person?
Yeah. Do you want some options or do you want to...
Well...
Is this an Alan Brazil autobiography?
I don't know if what you're going to... Go on. It's over 100, I know that.
What, one person?
Yeah.
Rubbish.
Well, Andre the Giant did something like 96. He did.
48, 99, 156.
I'll go 156. It might even be Andre the Giant.
156.
Who was it by?
Andre the Giant.
We should end on that note. How do I know that? Great documentary,
Mate,
by the way.
That's a lie.
Well, it's not.
I don't believe that.
Well, watch the
try that at home,
documentary.
by the
Don't
way.
try it.
What, in one sitting?
Yeah.
He'd be dead.
6 hours.
He's dead. That's all we've got time for, Jay. You've been
Cheers,
nothing
bud.
short of magnificent.
Up the
Give me a
Chelsea.
high five. Good work.
Yeah,
Hope your
well done,
team
sir.
lose tonight. In fact, whoever your team is, if it's English, hope you all lose. My team's not in it. We're not good enough. But we will be back, me and Benny, tomorrow at 4. Stay with talkSPORT. So much live football coming up on the talkSPORT network. And then, of course, O'Hara and Pennant will be taking your calls on the Sports Bar from around about 10:15 tonight. You do not want to miss that show. Be safe, everyone. Be safe.
Chelsea handed a suspended transfer ban and fined £10.75 million after secret payments to players and unlicensed agents helped facilitate transfer deals in the Abramovich era. So many people are suggesting here this morning that Chelsea have in their own eyes got off with one. Of course, Stefan is with us, and in his words, Stefan, you have said you feel the punishment handed to Chelsea is extremely lenient. But Simon, can I put this to you? How isolated do you think this was? Illicit payments to players and agents to facilitate transfers. Was this just Chelsea?
I would doubt it. My nose tells me that it's not necessarily an industry standard practice, but notwithstanding that, I still think there's lots of people that operate